Welcome everybody. No talking anymore. We were whispering behind scenes, but I'll welcome you everybody to the Vice Press Open Channel Episode 3, the Christmas edition. And I have with me the gang as always, Matt on my left here, Flory down left bottom, and then James in the right corner. We're going to do a little different here today because we're going to have a Zoom meeting set up for you. And I'll have a Zoom link that I will post to you guys when we come to the question part of this podcast. You can always put questions into the comments, obviously, and talk to us, communicate with us. And we're going to have a little outlook what 2021 is going to bring, and we are going to look back what 2020 brought us. So and more than that, even a couple of guests. But first of all, guys, let's hear from you. How's everybody doing?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, good.
I'm just trying to retweet it.
Got my Christmas margarita.
Got my Christmas jumper.
You got something in your beard there?
It's a Christmas miracle. It's snowing in Australia.
Oh man, in Australia. Snowing in Australia.
No such thing as climate change.
It's a hoax. It's a hoax.
Fake news, as they say.
So yeah, we have already 16 people watching at the same time. A lot of people writing in the chat. Hello, everybody.
Nice. Hello, everybody.
I'm
60 or 16?
Are you 16? Are you joking, James? Am I sounding like Barry White again? Are you kidding me, right?
You sound good.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of a... Hi,
Got a deep voice.
No, I don't. So yeah, we have already... I do. It's weird. I don't know. I sound like
it is.
It's a Zoom thing. Zoom does it, doesn't it?
I know.
It's the most wonderful. Sing some Christmas carols in that voice.
Yes. No, you're gonna sing, and I'll try to fix it.
Oh wow. So shall I fill for a minute? So we are going to have. So yeah, thanks for joining everybody. This one's going to be a little bit different. So instead of listening to Matt, Tom, and Flory and I waffle on about crap like we normally do, we're going to have some of our talented artists joining us, of which Flory is one of them.
Lucky you got that out.
But we're going to have some of the other amazing artists that have joined us over the past 12 months, both new artists and some artists that have been with us for a long time, for what we are very appreciative of. So we thought the Open Channel would be a good opportunity for us to talk to them about the releases that they've had this year, some of the best parts of 2020, seems as though it's been an absolute shit show, and what they've got planned for 2021. Not only with Vice Press, but themselves. Feel free to ask any questions that you want in the chat, and then we'll have, like Tom said, we'll have the opportunity later for you to join us to perhaps ask some live questions as well.
You can hang with us, basically. I hope I'm sounding better now. I changed the mic. I don't know if I'm still Barry White. Somebody needs to let me know.
Yeah, you sound okay.
Good. Yeah, you sound good.
It's a good sound for you, man. It sounds good.
By the way, is it on your end or is it just the stream?
I'm not sure.
I think it might just be our end, maybe.
Yeah.
It was like that, I think, when we've done Zoom before.
It doesn't sound bad, though.
Yeah.
If you didn't say anything, I wouldn't know anything. I wouldn't know. We need a baritone anyway. Too many nasal.
Yeah, because I'm all like...
Yeah, not very nasally. Yeah, we had some work done on our house, and our builder told me that I've got the most irritating voice he's ever heard, and he dreaded it every time that I rang him.
Because you were just complaining the whole time. This is not up to standard.
Well, if he'd have been good at his fucking job.
Exactly.
By the way, I'm just seeing this chat here. Andrew Hurley says something about keeping spirits high after this evening's announcements. What does he refer to? Did something happen?
Oh, England, we've announced, because we're so shit at following rules, that we've now got to have a new tier for tier 4, because being that folks cannot follow simple rules and put on face masks.
It's nothing to do with people, though, is it? It's the way the government have handled it.
Yeah. I think it's
people are the same everywhere, and other countries have dealt with it fine.
Yeah, no, exactly. We've now got like a super strain of coronavirus which spreads 70% faster than normal. So it's going to increase the R rate by as much as 0.4.
So I heard
a lot
about
of
that.
the UK has gone into tier 4, which has kind of messed up a lot of folks'
Are you sure
Christmas
that's not
plans,
just the rampant shopping that's been going on the past 2 weeks?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But
I've got a lot of snow in my water.
Oh no.
It's snow
I
water.
think it's quite easy to.
I hope it's not yellow.
So we're going to tease some of the artists that were joining us, or
Sure, go ahead.
Nah,
Because
oh my god,
I already
Can't remember.
gotta remember
I
everybody
didn't
now.
pay much attention.
I
So
got
we've
all
got
of them.
the amazing Nicholas Moegly that's joining us.
Oh yeah,
I
we
hope
just
he's-
met him a second ago. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Nan Lawson joining us, which is
Yep.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Nan did an amazing series for us. We have Raid 71 joining us. We've got Andy Fairhurst joining us. We've got Doaly joining us. We have got Matt Griffin joining us. So I expect a lot of swearing and drinking when Matt joins in.
Yeah, Matt is already in the chat. I think I saw him. So
Oh, Matt's already in the chat. Brilliant.
Already swearing.
Yeah, already swearing.
Well, I'm sure we'll throw some more
Son of a
cultural stereotypes out later on. You know, Florrie's had enough of those. Have I missed anybody? Because
Doaly, did you say Doaly?
Yeah, I said
He said
Doaly.
Doaly.
Doaly, yeah, that'll be a
Big
good
dude.
chat.
It's
And
6 people. Raid, Chris Tonde is going to
Yeah.
come on, Matt Griffin, Nan Lawson, Nicholas Moegly, and Doaly, and
Andrew Fairhurst.
Andy Fairhurst. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's
So
cool.
some of these folks we've never spoken to, let alone met before. So that'll be interesting.
Apart from
So
like emails and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, so hopefully after today they still want to work with us.
I hope so too.
Wouldn't have
Probably.
thought so.
I'll give it the best. But I see like all like very names that I've known for quite some time in the chat already. Some old friends like Pete Hendricks is here, Trevor from Man Cave movie stuff, and there's in here. Who else is in here? Lucas Peveril is in here, and yeah. A lot of people that have been to the chats before, so that's good to see you all. And yeah, let's jump right into it. I mean,
Cool.
since it's a Christmas episode, we have a couple of weird questions prepared for our friends and ours, and I want to ask you the same kind of question. What is the weirdest Christmas present that you ever gotten?
Oh, I set these questions and I never thought about answering them myself.
There you go.
I've got one if you need me to go.
Go ahead.
You go, and then I'll go. I've got one.
When I got my Game Boy, what I think it was like 1991, 1992, the way that it worked out, poor present management from the parents / my auntie, I opened up the case to carry around your games and your Game Boy in before the Game Boy, and it had no. I'm assuming it was just like sort of a Chinese knockoff one. It wasn't official branded, so it was just a carry case and had nothing on it. So I had no idea what it was. I was like, "What is this grey? That grey plastic case that has a couple of big holes in it?" So I just sort of was like, "It's that." For that 10 minutes before I opened the Game Boy, that was the oddest present I've ever had. A grey plastic case that had no use.
Did you know you were getting the Game Boy?
No. So that's almost like what is this?
So a small switched on child that might have spoiled one of their 4 presents that was coming up.
Yes, luckily I was simple. And still.
You know what? I know which game. I think I know which case you mean though. It was like a grey
I
kind of
remember those
clamshell.
Game Boy case for the cartridges.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it
man.
it was like bumpy. It was
Had a
like
grill on it.
textured.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Weirdest
I do know,
question.
actually.
I've got a weird one. I got a life-size gorilla toy.
What? Oh,
A life-sized
I thought-
gorilla soft toy.
I thought you had a life-size gorilla as a present. I was like,
Not
what?
an actual gorilla, but it was. Yeah, I called it Gordon, which is my dad's name. There you go.
Nice replacement. There you go.
Go
Yeah,
figure.
yeah.
Go figure.
This is
people.
my new dad. I remember
Didn't look much
once.
different.
Oh, I do. This is kind of. I'm not gonna. I don't want to sound ungrateful for this. When Jurassic Park came out, I was mad into Jurassic Park. I had a really cool, like foam cap and all sorts of stuff, like a trucker cap. But I remember I really wanted a Jurassic Park watch. My parents got me this, or my mum, I think, got me this watch, and it was pink, and it had like cartoon dinosaurs on it. And I think
Sick.
they kind of spent.
Sick.
I think the best part of Christmas and my birthday trying to convince me that it was an official Jurassic Park watch.
Or was it off-brand?
And I'm like, nah. I mean, the dinosaurs are fucking purple.
That's like getting GoBots or something. Like, what
So
are you doing?
did you get Barney the dinosaur then?
No, it was like cartoony kind of dinosaurs. I'm describing it as kind of kitsch and kind of cool. It wasn't. It was
Okay.
quite grim. But again, I don't really like sound ungrateful. But yeah, if the
Don't
Do it. What do you
Too
mean?
late.
Kid? Sound ungrateful. I was always ungrateful for presents I got that crap, and I still am.
I
Just
can,
'cause do you
I
not
can
know
fucking
me?
see it now. I
Do you
can
not
see
know
it
me?
now. I can picture it now.
I'm quite vocal
Yeah.
about things that I like.
Yeah,
So why
yeah,
have you given me this?
Yeah.
By the way, I love the comment in the chat. It says, "I got a Blackburn shirt of my mom, but I'm an Arsenal fan," by Stephen Sutcliffe. So
Football.
I don't know what any of that means.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shirt. I got shirt. That's all I understand.
It's got a, yeah.
yeah, it's the wrong team.
Is it like
It's the wrong
like getting a
team.
Megadeth t-shirt for a Metallica fan?
Yeah, something like that.
I got a Megadeth t-shirt once,
My-
and I was happy about it.
I was
Megadeth are better than Metallica.
Rust in Peace is
the
one
only
of the
present he's
best
ever
metal
liked.
albums ever.
I got a present from my colleagues. It was not Christmas, but it was a birthday present. And they basically gave me, cause they know that I'm collecting art and I'm a big Star Wars fan. They got me like this. I don't know. It's like a cheap poster with Darth Vader on it, saying like "I want you" or something like that. And I was
Like in what kind of context?
I'm gonna hang that.
I want you to join the Empire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
not an I want you.
No, not that one.
Darth Vader on a chaise longue. I want you.
He's just wearing the little black box
No.
instead of the whole thing.
Heavy breathing.
Yeah, and the helmet is in front of the crotch area.
Yeah, now I'm kind of thinking how brilliant that poster would have been.
Yeah, I would
It
hang
sounds
that.
better than anything I've ever made.
So who has the license again?
Yeah.
But
I'll
yeah,
get through.
let's get our first guest in. I'm gonna
Yes.
call him in, and it's none other than Nick Moegly, and he's joining us now. Nick, how you doing, man?
Hey, how are you guys?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, mate.
we're all good.
Have you just been listening to us thinking, what the hell have I let myself in for here?
I just realized that when I'm in the waiting room, I can't see what you guys are saying or hear you guys. So I was like, oh, I can go into the YouTube. So I was watching the YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, you see,
This
you're
guy's smarter
than
because
any of us.
I'd have just sat there.
I would have
just
done that. I'd
thinking,
just been like this.
See,
Yeah.
see, that's the next one. Marco's asking if my voice sounds different. Marco, I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. I had it on the last two podcasts as well. I don't know. You have to just deal with this today.
It's fine.
So, I mean, I have to send a bit of an apology because I always, when people have a name like Nicholas or we work with Joshua at White Duck Printing, I'm always nervous to automatically assume that they like to be called Nick or Josh or anything like that. So if ever we've been kind of super formal, just don't think, oh, this guy's a bit strange. It's just because
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Fucking idiot.
But
Who gives a shit?
I called Tom Teabag the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know how happy he was about it, but I was happy about it. So that's
You
all-
because
that's
you
all
don't
that
like being called Jim though, do you? See, and I
No.
so that I call you Jim or
Jimbo.
Jim Jam.
No,
I like calling you Jim
really
Jam.
don't like Jim. No.
yeah, but
That was a-
Teabag
that was
Anyway,
a
hi,
weird
Nick.
segue, wasn't it?
Yeah, sorry. Hi, Nick.
Hey, guys.
Are you the one
No,
that does
Nick-
the
Nick and
are you
Nicholas
the one
is
that does
fine.
the pretty? Oh, sorry, I'm talking over already. Are you the one that does the pretty like little animals with like lights around them and nice houses and
Mhm.
stuff? Is that?
Yes.
That's your stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Amazing.
a really cool.
I've
Dark
just
Knight
I've
for
just pushed it down to this is what you do. But,
No,
I
that's
think-
pretty much it. That's all I do.
yeah, nice.
super
So we-
atmospheric. Really
So the
good.
story behind
Yeah.
like how I think we reached out to you, didn't we, Nick? If memory
I think
serves
so.
me
Yeah, like
yeah.
early this year maybe or late last
Yeah.
year.
I think me and Matt both spotted your work on Instagram, and Matt kind of texted me over that he really loved your stuff, and I'd kind of seen it as well, and it's
I'll
just
take
man,
your word
it's-
for it that that's what happened.
Yeah, Nick you were one of the few artists that Matt actually sent over to me and said,
Wow.
we need to email this guy. We really like this stuff.
That's why
let's
we
see
ended
what
up
we can
working
do.
with you because when it's the other way around.
And it's me trying to convince Matt to work with an artist. It's a bit more of a
Well,
struggle, but
I remember
yeah.
one of them saying, "Oh, we got this guy," and sent me like a link or something, some of his stuff, and I was like, "No, you can't have him. He's too good. 'Cause then they're not going to hire me for anything." And I was like,
And whenever he says that, we know get him in quick.
yeah,
I thought you were just gonna say like, no, he's shit, and then just like it's not a joke, and it's just like, no, I really actually didn't like your work. Anyway, so what else to talk about?
yeah, I just pulled up for the people the artwork you did this year, which is the Dark Knight, and this was a co-release with Botlight Gallery, and yeah, it turned out a really cool piece. It's also made the intro. I don't know if you've seen the intro in the beginning. It made it in there, and it's also in the teaser because we have like, by the way, people, please follow us on the Instagram. and Twitter, obviously. And please also subscribe to the YouTube channel. That helps us a lot. And yeah, you can check out all or a lot of the artwork that Vice Press put out via the teaser video that was just released a couple days ago. And yeah, Nick's work made it in it. And yeah, before we're going to get into that, Nick, I wanted to ask you, because we were talking about the weirdest Christmas presents that we've got. What was your weirdest Christmas present?
Okay, so I was prepped for this, so I actually have it in hand.
Oh wow!
Oh, you have it in hand? Oh my God, you still have it?
Well,
Or was it a last year present?
I just got it last Christmas.
Oh, okay.
It's more of a continuing series. So my mom, every Christmas for like the past, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years, she gets me these like singing stuffed animals. Like
That's sweet. That's sweet. Yeah. I like.
I
so
guess.
Does she do?
Mums,
Is
man.
it? Does she do it
Mums
with
always
tongue in
do
cheek,
this.
or is it deliberately kind of trolling, or is it she just thinks they're really super sweet and cute? And
I don't know. And like I've tried to like, you know, when I get them, I'm like, oh, haha, this is funny. And she was like, it's cool, right? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. But like she gets it every year, and it's like from like the end cap of like a pharmacy, you know, the night before Christmas when it's 50% off. It's stuff
That's
like
what I'm
that.
imagining.
Have you got one to? Have you got one to show us?
Yeah.
So I do. This is the one that I got last year.
Maybe she's just like, oh, he won't stop drawing animals, so that must be what.
See. Now this one is an actual
Santa.
Santa.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Let's end it. Wait.
You know
At
what?
least it's useful.
Yeah. You put a
Yeah, you
Darth
get to
Vader
decorate your
helmet on
house.
that, and you've got exactly what we were talking about a few minutes ago.
I heard, yeah. So
Yes.
I just have stuff like that, and I don't want to throw it away because I'm sentimental for like any gift that anybody gives me. So I keep all of them, and so they're just all in a big bag. And every Christmas, my fiance and I just like put them around the house, and we're just like, I guess these are our Christmas decorations. Like this
That's
is
fun.
all we have.
That's amazing.
So,
I love
but
the
I
idea
keep-
that. Sorry, go for it.
No, I was just gonna say I just keep getting them every year, and
Every year?
Oh,
but
we
I
lost-
feel
He's
I
got-
feel bad if I like threw it away or gave it to Goodwill.
Yeah, no, don't
Yeah.
do that. How old are you,
He's much
Nicholas?
nicer than me. When my mum gets me stuff I don't like, I'm just like, don't do that. Why?
I love the fact that
I'm
it
just-
could
I'm-
easily be a mum trolling you and thinking, I'm going to keep getting these and I'm going to up the
Yeah.
ante each year just to see at what
That's
point
all-
he says something.
More-
as a
more
parent,
elaborate.
as a parent, that's all you really want to do
Yeah.
is just fuck with your children and
True.
just mess with them.
And if that's what she's doing, it's like perfect because again, it's like she rides that line of like, is this a joke and you find it funny as well, or are you serious? And I don't know, and I like can't really read her, so
Yeah.
I just keep them.
But by the way, Nick,
Oh.
is there something, or actually like a plush toy that you would like to get?
I don't think so.
One of the ones. with my balls in it.
I don't
So
know.
when you were
I
a
don't
kid-
know.
Darth,
so when you were
Darth
a kid,
Vader
were the
plush
type
toy?
of presents that she got you kind of that kind of similar thing, or?
I mean, like we got standard. I mean, like remote control cars were huge,
Yeah.
and I love those. Like action figures, which I still
Yeah.
have, of like all my. I have like Star Wars, WWE, wrestling figures, a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff. So I mean, we got
Yeah.
like the normal stuff that kids want.
Yeah.
It wasn't like weird stuff
I think
typically.
I think it is when you hit like adulthood. I've noticed it more, less so with my parents, but more with my grandma, that presents go from being like, you know, Batman the Animated Series was big when I was a kid. So I got that for a few Christmases, but it went from that kind of stuff to the fucking weird stuff, like the glass ornaments and the glass kind of bookends and things like
Because
that.
you're an adult now, so they think,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
need
yeah, 'cause you
something
need those grown-
of
I mean,
high
like,
quality for your
Clearly,
house.
I've got a grown-up house with grown-up things. So,
Yeah, right.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
My problem is my mum still tries to get me stuff that she thinks is like, because I like geeky stuff, so she'll just get me like a mug with something like Star Trek on or Star Wars every year. So I've just got hundreds of mugs. I'm like, I don't need any more mugs or coasters with like a geeky quote on. But she's now I've got a kid. It's moved on to the kid, so she gets clothes to the kid that say like I am your father, Luke, and all that sort of stuff.
I just get
That's
nothing
the problem. I was gonna say that's the problem with like voicing too much about like liking one thing.
Yeah.
Like if you like a specific type of animal, like my fiance's was giraffes. She got a giraffe tattoo when she was younger. And so like for, I don't know, 8 years, any gift that anybody got her, they're like, well, you love giraffes. So here's a giraffe, fill in the blank, t-shirt, mug, statue, like whatever. And then eventually it's just like, now I hate this thing because of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my mum's moves. One of my mum's moves was that, but also she'd do it with like dinner as well, because she had 3 boys by herself. So if anyone said they actually liked something, it was like, oh, we're just having this every second night now. They actually eat it, and in a couple of weeks, you're like, that's the worst thing I've ever eaten. And it's the same with like anything you said you like as well. Just like boom, 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 boom. Nah, I hate it.
Yeah.
So
you just have to remain neutral.
Yeah.
Just a good tip.
A little transition here, because we had Matt Griffin talking in a chat about that Nicholas and Matt Griffin collaborated on a print together because there was a test print of his Dune book cover print and the Dark Knight one. And the test print came out.
Oh, because they were printed at the same time.
Brilliantly. Yeah. I'll put it in for the people to see for a second, and if you're on YouTube, guys, as well, you will see also in a bit. But
I can imagine it because they're both central kind of compositions.
It looks really cool, I have to say. In terms of colors, they all fit together, so it looks that looks really amazing. And
so those test prints are really. I mean, I've never had one. I've only ever seen some of the ones in the office from some of Matt's stuff and things like that. But
I always ask. I always go test print, give.
Yeah. Did you see that one, Nick? Have you? I think Matt posted it, or Bottleneck might have posted it on Instagram.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, or maybe the half and half, or
you were tagged. You were tagged.
Posted it.
Both of you.
Yeah. It's funny. I didn't. Speaking of test prints, like I've been in the poster game for not that long, like 3 years full time. Like I've been an illustrator and designer longer, but just like posters for.
Okay. Nick is
as you do, you learn about AP copies. You're like, oh, that's how you like make money, or you do foils or all this sort of stuff. And I literally just learned like 3 months ago that people want test prints.
Yeah.
I mean, any printer that's printed anything for me, I'm like, throw those things out. And then just on like one print I did this year, some people are emailing like, do you have test prints? Do you have these? And so I finally kept some and like put them up in my private group, and people go crazy for them. But I always just thought like, because when you screen print, you have so many of those if you actually print yourself. And so they don't mean anything.
Yeah, it's usually just printing on a scrap piece of paper that might have something else on, just to make sure that the mesh is working or the ink is the right color and stuff. So
sketches are the same. Sketches are the same. Like I don't have any value for them, but I've I try to squirrel them away now, because almost with every poster you get people saying, oh, is there a sketch for this one? And it's like sometimes I actually end up doing them. It's weird once you realize that it's a thing that people like. You're like, maybe you'll do the comp on the computer or whatever. Then you kind of go, right, now I'll just sketch this properly and then put it away. It's weird. Yeah. Your brain kind of breaks, like saving prints that have no value, you know?
Yeah.
So have you printed yourself then before, Nick? Have you printed your own stuff?
Yeah, I started printing there was a really great studio called DIY Printing here in Cincinnati, in Ohio, where I'm from. But they had an open studio. I think it was once or twice a week, and you could just go, and they had like 3 tables and like a spray out booth and a washout booth and a light table and all this stuff, and you could just come and print your own work. And so really I did that for maybe like 2 years, and then I like couldn't keep up with stuff, and I was never like a great printer. Like I could do like a 3 or a 4 color, but when I started getting more intricate with designs and like higher dither and more details, just like this needs to go to professionals. So but it was really helpful to do that and actually understand the process. because
Yeah.
I don't know how people, if you're not like familiar with it, like how you would know to set something up properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot. I had a background in other types of printing, but also like just setting stuff up and doing. We were like I used to work at a small studio that we ran film and stuff for screen printers back in the day. And it's like I had no concept for what we were doing this for. I just knew that like 2032 resolution line rulings and angles and stuff like that. And I had all this stuff in there, and then it came to doing screen prints for this. And I was like, oh. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was doing.
Mm.
It was like 5 years later or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful.
Quick question. Since we also have a little bit of a giveaway for each of our artists that come on here today, a couple presents, we could say, since it's Christmas. Our idea was for you people to, if you want to join us here on the show, you can actually hang out with us for a little bit and talk to us, ask a question. The German tradition of reading a poem or something like that for Christmas, and you might have a chance to get a present by Santa James over here. And so whoever wants to jump on, I will post the link now in the section. And I don't know, I don't have a waiting room, so please don't all at once.
Brilliant. So what we're going to do for every guest that we've got on is. And it's also kind of a handy little thing to persuade artists to work with us again next year, is that we're going to give a golden ticket away for each artist that joins us today. So somebody can win a golden ticket for, if Nick decides after today that he still wants to work with us in future, you can get a golden ticket for Nick's next release, whatever that may be, with with us. And if the artist got something in stock at Vice Press, you can always opt for that if you want something sooner. But in terms of 2020, Nick, you've had quite a few bits and bobs in terms of your work. What's been your highlight, I guess, of 2020 to kind of pull something good out of what has been a dumpster fire of a year?
Yeah, I think there was actually, the highlight for me was it kind of gave me, so in 2019, I was mostly doing like gig posters, like 90 to 95% of the work I did gig posters for, the Avett Brothers, Dave Matthews Band, whoever. And I knew that, or in my head, I was like, this isn't super sustainable. Like, I don't know if I could make a full-time career doing this potentially, but even if I could, would I want to? And so I thought I need to, and I actually told my fiance this, I was like, what if the Avett Brothers stop touring next year? What if Dave Matthews Band breaks up and I can't do any gig posters? Like, I'm going to be effed for 2020. And so I thought I need to start doing like art prints. I need to get into alternative movie posters. I need to, start just doing other types of work and more so like relying on myself. So I was always like, okay, do an art print, and see if, you can get that going and if people actually buy it. And then, but if you get an email from a band and like, hey, can you do this? You're like, okay, I'm just going to do that because that's a for sure paycheck and a for sure project. So I just never, for like a year, I put it off. And so when 2020 hit, and then the Avett Brothers canceled their tour, Dave Matthews Band canceled their tour, all the other bands I was talking to canceled all their shows, I was like, well, now I have to do this. So it actually put me in a spot where I had like no excuses. And I was like, you have to make art prints now to make this year work financially. So start doing that. So the first print that I put out in 2020 was an art print. And then I just emailed Bottleneck and was like, would you guys be interested in releasing this? And then Joe was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And so it all worked out. And then, I don't know how many I've done, maybe 5 or 6 art prints this year, but it's been like, it's awesome to do those because it's just whatever you want to do on your own timeline. And there's no barriers to entry for it.
How come Joe doesn't just say that to me?
Yeah.
I guarantee if you did a print and you just emailed him, was like, do you want to release this? He'd be like, well,
Joe would if
we've worked. I know Joe really well. I've worked. He was the first. He was also the first one that put out any of my stuff. It was rubbish and it was in some group show a million years ago. But it's just, the more you talk to Joe, and the more you know Joe, sometimes it can be like, the email doesn't come back. You're like, cool. he doesn't want that one.
He lets you know. He will tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He emails
Joe's
like
the
people
best.
text.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
The best.
I came from working at agencies and studios with like really large, global brands and clients and stuff. And so all my emails are still like fairly formal and like proper signatures and like, hey,
Kindest
how are you? I
regards.
hope you had a
Yeah.
great weekend and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Like I'm just used to that. And then Joe would just be like, nope.
Like, yo.
And like,
Yeah.
no, like, or he'll write it in the subject line and then there's no
Yes.
body
Yeah,
of it.
awesome. I
That's
like
a
that 'cause
classic Joe
I'm-
move. The big subject line is a
I'm
classic.
incredibly unprofessional. Like, so I've always gelled really well with Joe because I'm just like, he's just like, that's shit. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And he
here's the
gets
thing,
stuff
is
done
that-
as well. He just
But then
gets
it
it
happens,
done.
and he's like being such a the backbone of my career, really. 'Cause I got started out because of Joe.
It's-
So
It's basically
He's a
like my
good boy.
it's basically like my students. They don't know how to write emails, so it's also sometimes it's like full on text, like 4 or 5 sentences, just subject line.
see, I'm
They
very.
just don't know how to write.
I'm very just conversational in my emails. I'm just like, even with like big companies like Marvel and stuff. I just tell them what's happening.
Sure.
Christmas.
Yeah.
I think sometimes that helps like break because I don't think
No
anyone
one
really
wants to really
have
be
that
that.
wall.
Yeah.
They don't want to have that. Once you let them in, and that it's like, okay, cool, we can relax with this guy a little bit. And I think that
relax, yeah.
honestly, that can help them come back like,
And
for more jobs and stuff. If they're like, this guy's easy
Our
to deal with, we
next-
don't have to do.
yes, it's jumping on by the way, but
Okay.
welcome, man. How are you doing?
I'll just shut my face then.
Yeah, shut up, man. You're talking shit anyway.
You have to. Yeah, there you are, Nan. Hey, welcome.
Hi, Nan.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Now, before we get to you in a second, I just want to finish up with Nick real quick. Nick, by the way, you can stay as long as you want to. It's a party. The more the merrier.
Yeah.
But if you have
Get the
something
fuck
to
outta
do,
here.
Yeah, we're crap anyway. You
Yeah.
probably don't want to hang around with us.
one more thing, James. What do we have to offer in terms of giveaways for Nick? Because people are asking in chat, what could they get?
So what we're going to do for Nick, we're going to give somebody a golden ticket to win a. So we're going to give a golden ticket for Nick's next print with us. Assuming that's a big assuming, Nick, that you're going to do one with us. I know we've had some emails back and forth, and we will settle on that eventually.
Yeah.
Essentially, you can do anything you want, really.
And if you don't, anyone that gets a golden ticket for an artist that doesn't work with these guys again after this can have a bronze ticket and can just take one of my shitty prints. Or
Yeah, we've got loads of his everywhere anyway.
Is the bronze
So
ticket
Tom,
basically?
how are we doing the competitions? What are we doing with regards? Are you just
Yeah.
randomly picking somebody, or are we going to get?
No. The idea was the people that come on the show and actually talk to us, they have dips basically. So I post the link. People can jump on and ask us a question, read a poem, as I said, and then they have a chance of their choosing. If there's something to choose this time, they would get a golden ticket. But if nobody is getting on in 2 minutes, then I will do it in the chat. It's the first person
give it to the chat boys.
who has a great question. I want to see some faces, man. It's just
Just pick a name that you like.
but it's
That's how
giving.
That's how
But
you choose
come on,
winners.
it's a season of giving and having
Oh, I know
fun and
that name.
connecting and in German Nächstenliebe, love your neighbor style.
Oh.
Oh,
I
yes.
found out the other day that Germany started the tradition of the Christmas trees.
Yeah,
Oh, did you only just find that out?
it's actually
So it's your fault then.
it's my namesake. I heard it's Martin Luther, the reformer. He actually walked through the trees, and it was like the kind of Christmas trees up there, and then he saw the lights of the stars glimmering between the leaves and stuff like that, and then he was like, okay, this I got to do this at home, and then he did. Yeah,
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
That sounds
Sweet.
lovely.
Mine's got Mario on it.
So Nick, feel free to hang around as long as you want. We'll try and be more inclusive chat wise. But Nan, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate that.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And it's great to meet you as well. Finally. Do you need
Yeah, we've
introductions, or
only-
have you kind of generally assumed who each one of us is?
I think I got it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, no, thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, this year you've kind of done that amazing Amblin series that we released with Jaws, Jurassic
Yes.
Park, Back to the Future, which was part of our edition series, which is kind of that Jaws print that was part of those has probably been one of our most popular prints that we've released this year in terms of volumes sold. So it's kind of
popular, really, really popular.
Yeah. So like how we kind of the idea with editions is that we're going to still do the limited edition poster releases like what we did with Nick's Dark Knight and Florey's Jaws and things like that. But then we've got the editions, which is open edition. So it's always interesting to see kind of what volumes do. So, you know, there was Patrick Connon's The Thing, which sells really well and keeps kind of ticking over now. And it's been out for, 6 months. And then I think
it's like My Silent Running that's maybe like 5 people buy and you
sold 18 copies. But then we got
a film about gardening, isn't it?
Gardening.
I like
Space
it.
gardening.
Like it.
And then your that whole series sold really well, but your Jaws that went crazy.
Second best Jaws of the year. Second best.
Yeah.
Wow.
The thing is, it's very wall worthy, isn't it? That's what I like about it. Is that
they're
you
cool.
can see them on the wall.
And this is kind of going back to Nick, what you were saying about the art prints and things that you've been doing, Nan, like what you kind of managed to do with all of your work. And again, like when we were mentioning to Nick, we kind of said that Nick, we kind of found his work on Instagram and said we need to network with Nick. It was exactly the same situation with you. Matt kind of was like, yeah, we need to work with Nan. Nan's work's brilliant, and we reached out to you.
That was because of
the Gallery 1988 show.
Was it Jermaine on? Is it?
Yeah,
IO9,
IO9,
he shared it, and obviously we're friends on Twitter and stuff, and I was like, that's cool. And then that's where it came from. So social media works, everybody.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that series.
Should I also reduce Nan's work the same way that I did Nick's?
In a second, though, we have somebody who wants to win the golden ticket, and it's Ian Fraser.
Okay.
Ian Fraser. He asked Nick if you could put anything on top of your Christmas tree, what would it be? Can't just be a singing animal toy.
Is it going to be hip swinging Santa?
If I could put anything on top of my Christmas tree.
It can't just be the toy. He said
it can't be. He deserves the tree up his ass.
I don't know. I wish I had like a good response to that. Anything on top of my Christmas tree? I don't know. We used to have a tradition.
Put Baby Yoda Grogu on top of that. But
it's a star, isn't it? You put a star on your tree.
Yeah.
We had a tradition in our family.
And Nick is off again.
To hide a pickle ornament. Have you done that one?
A pickle ornament? No.
What?
What do you mean by a pickle ornament?
What, like a pickle?
It sounds like a sexual innuendo of like hide the pickle.
Oh, look.
But we played it when we grew up, and there was a pickle ornament, and someone like an adult would hang it on the tree, and then all the kids would have to come and find out where the pickle ornament is, because it kind of blends in with the green into the tree. And so maybe it was a weird like joke to us kids growing up of like, hey, we're gonna play hide the pickle, and we just didn't get it, and I'm just realizing it right now.
Yeah, this is one of those family things that you have that you think is normal, and then you say it to a bunch of people live on a show, and everyone goes, "This guy's
hide the pickle."
Hide the pickle. All the kids were playing hide the pickle.
Hide the pickles.
Okay, Ian Fraser. Ian Fraser, congratulations, man. You won a golden ticket. Please send James a message, and we will sort
ask
out.
Nan what the weirdest Christmas present.
Yeah, what's your weirdest Christmas present, Nan? By the way, we have a guest. We have a guest in here. I don't know.
Sorry to interrupt, Nan.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The next question is
random iPad.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. iPad person. iPad person. Who are you?
There's nobody there.
There's nobody there.
Let's just carry on. What's the weirdest Christmas present you've ever gotten?
I thought about this because I don't know. I love getting presents no matter what they are. So even if it's weird, I'm like, that's great. But I would say my grandmother once got me a can opener, and I was just like, thanks.
Was it like a stylish can opener, or literally just a can opener?
Actually, it was kind of stylish. It looked like a toucan.
Is in the bird?
Oh, so the mouth did the can opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever ended up using it, but it was. I mean, that's it. I mean, I think I haven't really gotten anything weird and disappointing.
Oh, I love the idea of a toucan. The toucan opener.
I know. At the time, I was like,
a play on
thanks,
words
I guess.
well.
But now I'm like, this is useful. I would I wish I still had it. I don't think I do
Yeah.
anymore.
New line for next year.
Can openers.
Novelty can openers.
License can openers.
I'm sure Robert could make them if we asked him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we've got a guy that could do that.
Yeah.
He can make
Nan,
anything.
what is
Goes
on Nan? What is on your wish list for this year, though?
I asked for some new sneakers.
What kind? What are we talking about?
Kicks.
Yeah. I think they're Reeboks. They're just black, but they're really sharp looking. I
Oh, are
got
they
an
like
Instagram ad for them, and I sent them to my husband. And was like, "These are the ones I want."
Yeah.
They'll get you.
You know
Yeah.
what? Sad sneaker talk coming up. Reebok are doing some really cool shoes at the minute. They're doing some.
The
they did
Ghostbuster
some-
one, or which one?
The
are you
Ghost-
targeting?
I'm not going to get into Ghostbusters chat because I
Oh,
always end up
he'll
doing
get
Ghostbusters chat.
activated, yeah. Anything Ghostbusters, and he'll buy it.
Yeah,
Anything.
I wasn't. My wife vetoed those Ghostbusters Reebok trainers.
They were good though.
Well, next time you see her, Matt, you tell her.
No
Tell her.
chance.
How about just do what you want?
The weirdest sneaker combination I ever got was because I used to collect sneakers and I worked in a sneaker store, and there was the brand called it's a skateboard brand called Supra, and they had a collaboration with Stubbs, the barbecue sauce maker. So they had this box of Stubbs Supras that came with a barbecue sauce from America. I think they're from Austin or something like that. So that was like the weirdest combination, but they were in the perfect color scheme of this sauce. It was really delicious on your feet.
Yeah, fair enough. So Nan, so in terms of 2020, we asked Nick this as well. So what's been your highlight of 2020? What's kind of been your, I guess, your shining bit of light throughout 2020 that you've really kind of enjoyed?
You mean work-wise, like?
Just general,
Just
yeah,
anything,
like
it doesn't
work.
have to be
Just
work.
yeah, it doesn't have to be work. But
Apart from this right now, obviously.
Work was hard this year for sure. Honestly, though, I mean, not trying to suck up or anything, but doing those vice press prints.
see, Nick,
was,
that's how you answer it.
That's a good answer. That.
yeah. That
Instead
was
of an
probably
ambiguous,
my favorite.
we'll see.
Because I haven't really done that many like officially licensed pieces, so having a chance to actually do that was exciting and fun.
No, come on.
Oh, okay.
We can't wait for the next one.
We're
I was
gonna
kind
do
of
more,
thinking
gonna
about
do
this
more,
the other
definitely.
day. Like, we kind of now, when we've kind of worked with artists for a first time, I think this, well, for both of you, it's the first time we've worked with you this year. And I was talking to Matt Griffin about this the other day. We like to, once we've kind of developed a relationship with artists, as we've done with Flowery, Matt Griffin, Raid, and those guys, we kind of get a little bit less, I guess, we kind of give you a bit more free reign in terms of if there's licenses that you want to do or titles that you want to do.
Really?
Well, that we have.
Do I give you free reign, Flory? Do I?
Flory's different. We can
What's
tell
my
him
list?
what to do.
What's my list of things I've got to work on? I think you do
Everything
give me free right now.
you lazy
Yeah.
get to
Yeah.
work.
So here's an
That's
interesting
all,
one.
yeah.
So if you could, for the both of you, Nick and Nan, I mean, this isn't kind of fishing in any way, but if you had because some of the things we obviously can't get.
This
If
is
you
a
had a
good
dream-
one. This is a
If
good
you had a
question.
dream property, anything, what would it be? So Nan first. If you could do any property,
I give you
it
guys.
doesn't have to be a film poster. It can be an art print. I'm not kind of,
I'm giving you guys
dictating
a
that.
second to think because I wanna ask the audience again. For Nan's giveaway, please. We're gonna have the open editions, right, James?
Yep.
The open editions
All
are
three.
the giveaway, all three, the whole set, or golden ticket or not.
Yeah, we could do a golden ticket.
Or golden
because
ticket.
We're gonna
You
do
can
more.
have a
So
set or-
it's
Golden
your
tickets
pick,
all over the
people.
place.
So join us in the chat right now. 2 minutes until the guys answer their question, and if nobody answered, I will put the question to the chat. Okay,
Sweet.
go ahead, Nick.
So, what was the question? Oh, licenses. If you could
Yeah.
work on anything,
Yeah,
any
what do you
property,
want?
it doesn't have to be film, could be TV, music, anything. What would it be?
For me, it would be
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars is good.
Yeah.
We'll,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can see that.
right.
he
Yeah.
likes Star Wars. We like Star Wars.
You did
I
that
want,
great.
Nan, I want Nan to do something extremely violent in that same style.
Yeah, like
Just old
Evil
boy.
Dead or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
Evil
oh,
Dead.
boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Evil Dead. The woods would be amazing with the
Yeah.
cabin.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's
There you
true.
go.
That's a
Yeah.
good twist on it, then, isn't it? Like a real
Yeah.
grotty horror movie, but all
Mhm,
beautifully
but pretty.
rendered.
And
Yeah.
annoyingly, that style I think can work for anything too. Like
Yeah.
it can be gross, it can be happy, it can be whatever. But because you're sort of pulling back and it's landscape and they all worked, even the ones that you've done, like those films, yes, they're Amblin, but I don't know if I did three posters, I don't think they'd work together as well as your three. Just so they just sit nicely and I think carry
Thank you.
on. Just by the end of it, it's the open edition, the Vice Press edition store is just 100 Nan prints for every film ever made.
So, have we
Sounds
sent
good
you
to
your
me.
have we sent you your APs
Thanks,
yet, man?
Probably not.
No, not yet.
Oh God. Oh right. Let me make a note. We'll make sure we do
It's
that soon.
Christmas first. Come on.
I know.
I'm off now.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm
So-
not off anymore. I've got work. I got a job yesterday.
So Nick, how
job
about yourself?
yesterday.
What if you could work on anything, any property, any license? What would that be?
Probably it's my favorite movie as well, I think, is No Country for Old Men.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of stuff I love about that movie, including the idea that there's no soundtrack to the entire movie, and that like the action sequences are like they're just completely silent as they would be. And there's just a few scenes in that movie like that are set at night, either like in his trailer, or there's a scene where Javier Bardem's character is chasing James Brolin's character like through a hotel in a small town, and it's just like it's nighttime and it's just completely silent, and I just feel like I could do something with that kind of silent nighttime, but kind of I don't know, scary, eerie feeling to it.
Yeah.
And just a
No,
little
that'd be
deer
cool.
in the foreground.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I
maybe
need
a
to
string
stop putting
of
those.
string of lights over there.
Damn you, Flory.
I'm just teasing. I'm teasing. I love it.
You
I
know that
tease
film?
because I
It's
love.
because they're good, so he's jealous because his artwork
yes,
doesn't come up to scratch. Same as I'm jealous as well. That Dark Knight one, I was like, yeah, fucking.
It's great, wasn't it?
Is that what the email was back at when you got the artwork?
I was just like, that's really good. Yes.
Yeah.
Well done. We'll send that in for approval. You fucking.
I know. It's I kept a copy of that in my personal portfolio, the Dark Knight one. I really do like that. That's
stole
gonna
a
go with
copy?
something. Yeah,
But it's one of those where when printed, it looks even better.
Yeah, that blue. I
Yeah.
love that blue. Is one of my favorite like colors to have on any print. I think it's
A lot of that happens. So it's like with Nan's ones, they look because I was in the office the other day, and I saw them on the side, and I thought I'll have a look at those. And then the paper, they look nicer somehow when they're a physical thing. It's really
Yeah.
cool.
That Jurassic Park is my favorite printed. I
Yeah,
think.
really vibrant ink that's gone down on there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
And then
excited to
obviously,
see them.
and then my prints
to
were
remember
also
sending
sitting. My prints were sitting in the office as well, weren't they?
They're on the
And
bottom
you thought,
shelf with a bit of dust on.
What are
Yeah.
people? What are
Don't
people?
really look at those.
What are people drinking? By the way, that's the question
Beer.
here.
I'm drinking Estrella. There.
Oh, okay. there
I'm
you go.
drinking a dirty margarita.
What
Just
the
a
fuck?
margarita with bitters in it. Are
Have
you
water.
the healthy choice?
Yeah.
Sensible.
Okay. The water
I'm
boys.
drinking a dirty.
I used to be quite like svelte, not this. But
If
this
Nan's
year has
not
finished
drinking
me. I'm
tea.
done.
Are you
I
drinking
am.
tea?
Of course she's
Tea?
Oh,
drinking
lovely.
tea.
English tea, or are you on the?
Yeah, English breakfast.
Water.
There
Water.
we go. And water for Tom.
Also, having this toddler,
Mm.
during the pandemic where you can't go to the museum, you can't even go on the swings, you can't do anything.
Okay, people.
Completely lost my mind.
Let's go back to the giveaway real quick. I think now in the chat description it should have the link. I don't know why it didn't show up. I posted it multiple times, but it should be there now. And yeah, I know it's technology. Yeah. So who wants to join and grab either a golden ticket or a full edition set of Nan's wonderful prints? Let us know, people. We're gonna wait here for a second, and if
Should we all
not,
wait in
Just
silence?
in silence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait
just in
one
silence.
second.
We'll not do anything else
I'm
until.
just gonna look.
holy night and silent night, people.
What time is it? Technology is letting us down here, isn't it?
I don't know. Maybe people are writing in chat that they're a little bit shy. So I understand that. I
Yeah.
understand.
People don't. Not everyone likes to have their stupid face in front of a camera.
I hate it, but
It's attention
I've got
whore.
used to it because all my life has become Zoom meetings this year.
So
You know, like
Nick,
clients, so it's always used to just be over email, but now it's always a Zoom meeting.
yeah.
Always.
So Nick
Yeah.
and Nan, something me, Matt, Florian, Tom, we do a lot. We chat on Facebook a lot. So this is a boring question to ask us because we've already spoken about it. But in terms of this year, it's been different, the landscape in terms of films and TV. What's kind of your favorite thing that you've watched this year, film wise
Or TV wise.
or TV wise?
Man, go ahead.
Oh, we got a guest, by the way. But
Somebody's
keep
come
talking.
on.
Keep talking.
Ooh.
Keep talking, man.
I have not seen many films this year for obvious reasons. The
But
one
come
I
on.
enjoyed the most though was Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted, there you
That
go.
was my
really
favorite as
fun.
well.
I've not
Yeah.
seen Bill and Ted because it's not been released in the UK yet. I've not seen it.
Okay.
I hear it's really good.
Oh well, it's fun.
Yeah,
it was so much fun.
Okay.
It
But,
brought a tear to
TV
my eye at the end.
Have you seen it, James? It's
Yeah.
not been officially released in the UK.
I'm
yet.
assuming it had brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah, especially if they, got the band back together, which you assume they would do.
Yeah.
Okay. People, if you joined, you need to mute your audio or mute the audio in the stream. And our first guest who wanted to ask a question was Man Cave movie stuff Trevor, who provided me also with a really nice light box they're doing, and Vice President has also a collaboration with them. And Trevor, ask your question, my friend.
He's muted.
Yeah, I asked him.
Yeah, type it.
Ask a question, my friend.
Well,
Pete is not muted.
Ooh.
Pete Hendricks and Amelia Hendricks, the double trouble here.
Oh, hey there. Oh, hi Pete, how you doing?
Hi guys, yeah, brilliant, yeah, absolutely. So I was
Coming in
slow
hot.
on the uptake. How do you click on the camera? I haven't got a clue. Oh, hang on, have I got a satellite delay from the Midlands?
probably.
Yeah, sounds like
Sound like you're in a helicopter. Is this a traffic guy in a helicopter?
is yeah. Amelia, if you're with him, show the old man how to use
Yeah,
technology.
because that.
Amelia's not even connecting it. She's still waiting.
Wow.
Okay.
Someone ask something to
Just
somebody.
ask something, post to Pete.
Oh, he's gone. We've scared him
What
off.
you all doing over Christmas then? When are you back?
When are we back working?
Yeah,
So-
when are we gonna get new stuff?
January.
So Nick, Nan, when's your next releases? You don't have to tell us what it is. You can tease it if you want. But yeah, when have you guys got anything in the pipeline or working on it? You've got a new gallery show, haven't you, Nan?
Yeah, I'm doing another like Through the Woods type show with 1988, end of January. So
Cool.
I'm in the thick of it right now, making
Yeah.
new pieces.
Looking forward to that.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Pete.
There's Pete. Pete found finally the button.
So
So
let's,
here.
let's ask Nick the same thing. Nick's below me, so apologies where I'm pointing. I don't know. How about you, Nick? When's your what have you got in? You don't have to tell us what it is, obviously, but have you got
Yeah,
anything you're working on at the
I
moment?
have a new art print release that I think is being printed right now, and so that'll probably be out in mid-January or late January or so, and that's through Bottleneck, I think I can
Oh,
say.
cool.
And
Yeah.
then I have another Bottleneck release. I'll just say it's for a band through Bottleneck.
Cool.
I'm
Wild
stoked about that one.
Stallions.
Yeah.
Nice one. Joe and I mean we work with Joe and
And,
Arsley and Josh. And
I think
Bob
those are my
Hickens a lot,
next
they're really good.
actual releases. And I will have to say, as a fun aside to Bill and Ted, I haven't seen the new movie yet, but another poster artist, Dave Clock, if you guys
yeah.
are familiar with him, he designed, I guess it's Ted, the not Keanu Reeves character. He designed his T-shirt for like that he wore for the entire movie.
All right, cool.
Oh,
That's
wow.
cool.
Okay.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
cool.
like the
That is
graphics
cool.
department got a hold of him, so a poster artist made it into Bill and Ted's.
By the way, we found our a new artist that joined us here. Look at this guy, Chris
How you doing,
Thornley's here.
Chris? You well?
Blurry-eyed.
You're on.
Hello.
Oi, oi.
By the
Hi,
way,
Grace.
Mr. Raid 71.
Hello.
but
Hello.
by the way,
Yeah, hang on. I'm on tour or something. Can I have a pint, a egg, a substantial meal, and a glass of wine?
Yeah, Scotch egg and a Scotch egg.
Yeah,
and
Scotch egg.
a wine for the
That's the
wine.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
Wine in the end.
We've still got Pete here. Pete, did you have a question? Sorry.
Yeah,
You've
I was
popped
going to
on
answer
and we're
Pete's
all-
first question.
Yeah.
I've got something coming up for a big TV show.
Oh,
There you go.
brilliant. Excellent.
Not yet. You don't. You can still
Not
got to
yet,
do
no,
friggin'
but-
work.
Got the job yesterday.
Quick thing, Pete. Since you started asked the question, not directly for Nan, but you are the winner of the Nan giveaway. So what is your choice in terms of what would you like, the set, the trilogy set from the open editions, or a golden ticket?
Oh, it's got to be a golden ticket, hasn't it?
There we
All
go.
right, there it
Put
is.
it down,
Take
Pete.
a punt.
Excellent.
Take a punt.
Just as a quick aside, we so Pete's daughter Amelia put together a brilliant poster
Yeah.
documentary that you can see on YouTube, and they are working on another one, I think, at the moment. So I can't remember for the life of me. So Pete, if you want to pop it into the comments, I'll promote it and we'll
Brilliant.
mention
We
it.
should get the video file and put it on our YouTube
Or I
channel.
could explain it to you.
Oh,
Oh,
there
there
we
she
go.
is.
Okay.
Finally, there she is.
Oh wow, now it's a
Amelia,
party. Look how many
I
people
want
we
to
have.
join. I've kind of just been chilling on the sides because we all joined it for once, and of course my father. I apologise to everyone here for my father.
As you should.
But by the way, Amelia, I think I still owe you an intro, right? Well, what do you need? You need to write me back.
do you know what? I emailed that many people. Everything gets lost, so I apologise to everyone
It's
who's
all good.
still trying to hear back from me.
Not that many people. Just
So let's.
quietly.
I tell you what. Let's have some order, shall we? So let's go to Amelia first, and we'll get it. And
and
Amelia
then I will
can
leave.
talk about
Then
her
I'll- what
the
do I
upcoming
do?
documentary.
Shall I go?
Yes,
You
go
can-
and leave.
Whatever. Pete. don't mind. Get yourself a pint. Bang
Exactly.
crisps,
Pete,
something like that.
Remember
Good to
to
hear from you.
message James. Yeah, remember to message
Yeah,
James.
drop me a message, and then
Didn't
so
make
we'll.
too many Hendrixes, so I'm off. Bye.
Hey, Pete.
Bye,
And then we'll
Pete.
jump after Amelia. We'll jump to Trevor because I know Trevor's video's on now.
Yeah.
Trevor, we'll come to you in a
Trevor's
second, mate.
got a muted audio still there.
Yeah, you need to unmute in a second, Trevor.
I don't think
Not
he,
yet,
he
though.
can.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
it's
So
a-
Amelia, do you want to talk a little bit about your documentary very
I can
quickly?
do, yeah. So obviously, it's crazy, and you know what? That it proves how amazing you guys are as a community as well. Because we basically, me and my boyfriend and a couple of others from uni, we basically studied post production for film and TV. And our final project was we had to film something. It could be anything, and yeah. Basically, we decided to show off you guys to the wider world. None of our lecturers knew who you were, which was great. So we kind of made this documentary just to kind of show the world how great everyone was, and it went down really well. And now we're doing a feature film kind of idea with it. So we're currently in post-production. There is a Facebook group if anyone wants to join. Help us out a bit with that. That would be amazing. You know, we're going to be doing fundraising in the new year for it because it's all going to be non-profit. Any kind of money left over in the budget will be given to a charity. We're thinking about Medicinema at the minute because that seems to go quite well. But yeah, I don't have a question. I just wanted to say hi. I apologize.
No, you're fine. What's the Facebook group, Amelia? You
Oh,
mentioned it, but you didn't.
it's just called, so the new documentary is going to be called In Search of Poster Art. So just type that into Google, or like I say, find me on any social media, just Amelia Hendricks, and I can send you the link to it. Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. And we'll pop a link on the YouTube video as well when that goes
Yeah.
up.
Okay, I wanna
Great.
before
Thanks, Amelia.
before we would jump over to Trevor. Thank you, Amelia, also, and Andy Fairhurst was also kind to join us. Andy,
Ryan, can you see me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get on this on my iPad Pro. No luck. So I've got my crappy little phone. So
Oh, was that you that kept popping up with the iPad? Ah, yeah.
The
Okay,
mystery
that's
is
nice.
solved.
that makes sense. Yeah.
I knew this was just going to get out of control. This is just great, isn't it?
This is more people than you're used to socializing with, isn't it, Matt?
by 6, yeah.
So
Social
Trevor,
distancing.
have you got any? Are you on mute?
You need to unmute
He's
the
mute.
mic, buddy.
You need to
Bottom
unmute it.
bottom left.
I don't
All right,
understand what's
okay.
going on then.
I tell you what, Trevor, we'll get it post. If you post it in the comments, we'll do it there then, mate.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
Oh, hey, oh.
I by the way, I also have I did a little review for the podcast, and that will also come out soon for the Lightbox. So I will pop that in there. And also on is, by the way, since we had somebody on, Julian, but he left us again. But Nan's giveaway was already happening, and I want to introduce Andy's giveaway. What do we have in store for Andy, Santa James?
Santa James. So again, likewise with Andy. So Andy recently did for us a amazing Jaws and Jaws 2 post series that we did as a co-release with Bottleneck Gallery, and that sold out super duper quick. So I believe, Andy, if you're okay with this, we have an AP set available up for grabs. If folks want to ask you a question and join in.
No, I'm not happy with that.
No,
It's that AP cash.
Correct answer.
I mean,
It's the only way Whittle's artists make money, APs, yo.
oh we've got Andy covered for APs. Don't worry.
it's AP or a gold ticket. Did I hear that, or just
AP or a golden ticket.
Okay.
Or a
So
golden
somebody's already gotten that.
We have somebody in here. It's Laura. Actually, it's a student of mine. I have to say, it's one of my students. Imagine that. See,
Do we want to
teach him while they.
Trevor's there we go. Trevor's gone.
Okay, Lau, can you unmute your mic, please, and ask a question? There you go.
Oh, the young people know how to do it.
Straight off.
I haven't got a clue.
What's up,
There
buddy?
he is.
Hello.
Hello.
How you guys?
Hello.
Luke.
I'm an English teacher, so don't say anything wrong, people.
Yes. Yes, I can see myself. What's my question?
Ask something.
What's your favorite Christmas movie that isn't related to Christmas?
That's actually quite a good question.
A movie to watch at Christmas.
Like
That's a
yes,
good one.
like a movie that gives you Christmas vibes, but doesn't play certainly at Christmas.
Ooh,
I
That's a tough
got a
one.
good answer for this.
go for
That
it.
would
man.
be Flash Gordon.
Oh, you've got
Because we watch it every year on Christmas Eve.
There you go.
Oh.
Because I was born at home on Christmas Eve because of Flash Gordon, because it was at the TV premiere of Flash Gordon, and my dad wanted to finish it, and he didn't. I was third of the three children, so my dad didn't believe my mum that things were progressing. So I was born at home because of
Classic
Flash Gordon.
dads.
Yeah, because he wanted to watch the awesome movie. So we watch it every year as a family. There you go.
That's cool.
Cool.
Okay.
Anyone else got any answers for that? I've got one, but I'll let other
I
people.
think
I've got
Lord of
one.
the Rings.
Lord of
Yeah.
the Rings. Yeah.
That's
That
Because-
seems to be that's a thing now, isn't it?
Yeah,
People
I
watch
think
Lord
because
the
of
Rings.
Christmas, that's the only time you've got to watch them all.
But I think
It's like films like The Great Escape and Indiana Jones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think Lord of the Rings is in Germany. It's an Easter movie, so
Yeah,
it's
a movie in Germany.
it's on Easter on every time they show it in free TV. So yeah,
Why?
I don't know.
All the
I
bundles.
I think it's 3 parts. We have you have Friday, like the Green Friday, then you have Saturday, and then you have Easter Sunday. And Monday is off.
Okay.
So yeah, there, you go.
I'm back in. I'm convinced.
There you go. Andy, you got an answer?
Yeah, mine's Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka.
Ooh.
There you go.
Yeah, we watch that every New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. Sorry, well, I had half a bloody bottle. It's one of those films where you think it's brilliant, and then you watch it, and it takes forever to get to the actual factory.
Yeah.
Like you forget how long it takes for them to actually get in that bloody factory. So
Yeah.
When Mum's singing about doing the washing or whatever the fuck she's on about,
Yeah.
that's the best part.
Yeah.
Cheer up, Charlie.
Yeah, cheer up, Charlie.
People
the next part is the Candyman, I think.
people are
Candyman.
That's in the
The
opening.
movie.
That's the first song.
people are also answering in the chat really nice, giving nice answers. Willy Wonka we heard by Matt Griffin. Wizard of Oz is in there. Empire Strikes Back, The Godfather, Space Jam, Harry Potter movies. So Yeah, but
Yeah.
who answered?
Anything-
Who answers Space Jam? Come on, we all know.
I think
Is that
over
like just an American thing? Because I've never watched that.
Space
I don't know
Jam.
if it's just.
You
Yeah,
never
because
seen
I was
Space
never
Jam?
a basketball.
I've seen Space Jam. I turned it off.
What?
I don't understand basketball.
It wasn't very good.
Everybody get up! It's time to slam now.
I love Space Jam. I think it all depends on what you saw at Christmas as a kid, doesn't it? Like James Bond is synonymous with Christmas.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, Wallace and Gromit. Wallace and Gromit played. They used to.
Wallace and Gromit is.
They used to premiere those on Christmas Day on BBC back when they kind of did those over here. Wallace and Gromit I've still got a real soft spot for. Hence is doing that. How about you, Nick? Nan, how about you guys?
My answer was going to be Harry Potter. Those are like very Christmassy to me.
Yeah.
They always came out at Christmas too.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I was going to say too. Is either I think Harry Potter's came out at Christmas, The Lord of the Rings came out at Christmas, and then I think recently the Star Wars came out at Christmas. So my family usually on like Christmas Eve we would go and see whichever new movie that was coming out. So it's been I don't know since whenever the first Harry Potters came out that we were seeing a movie in theaters on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, Gareth is writing in the chat that you should give your address to Gareth Griffith. He's going to send you a copy of Space Jam, by the way. And Doaly is joining us in a second. And there's a question from the audience. Jamie Groveman asked Lau, how about you answer your question, Lau?
I think mine would be Star Wars because since 2015 the movie's always released in December.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it would be Star Wars.
Yeah, that's
great question, Lau. Thank you so much for
Very
joining
good
us.
question.
Okay,
Nice
so
guys.
hey, Lau,
Thanks,
hold up.
Yeah,
what would you like, a golden ticket or a Jaws AP? Was it Jaws? Yeah, it was Jaws, right?
I think a golden ticket.
All right,
Sweet.
sounds
I'll sort
great.
you out, man.
Thank you, Lau.
Okay.
Hook up James or hit me up and I'll do the connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
So
take
we
care,
have-
buddy.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for
I'm just
jumping on.
conscious.
Hey, mate.
Raid
Bye.
joined us, so Chris joined us, and we jumped straight over to Andy. So hi, Chris. How you doing? You all right, mate?
I'm in the top left.
Are you in this?
No,
you're in my
no.
bottom
Yeah,
left.
You're the bottom.
You're
You're the
my
bottom
bottom.
left of the
Oh
screen.
no, no.
So are you in your office in the castle then at the moment?
Yes.
I do like-
Yes.
I do like a comment from James Park over at Black Dragon that he made the other day, and he said he really thinks you should make more of an effort to put your own artwork up in your studio, Chris. 'Cause, you know.
I saw that as well.
It's only in the studio that we have the artwork.
Yeah.
So
I remember actually you telling me why you did that. And I remember at the time thinking, oh, that actually makes sense because it's
Yeah,
the most recent stuff you put in, and then you circulate it, don't you? Because you try to.
So yeah, it's not a vanity thing at all. It's not like I'm the best artist, so I should look at my work.
Unlike Mr.
Everybody
Ferguson's
avoids that.
behind him.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, when you work on a poster on a computer screen, and then when it's screen printed and you put it up on the wall, you're walking past it constantly. You start noticing things differently than you would do after you've been staring and drawing at it, and then you say, "Oh, this works. That doesn't work. I really like this. I don't like that." But yeah, we normally have a big village party around this time. So I kind of put all the latest work up and everybody comes in, and you'd be surprised how many people in our village have one of my posters.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
That's kind
So
of
they come, they have a drink, and then they walk home with a poster at night.
Why not? When are we gonna have a garden party round at your office at your place at some point? But obviously 2020 that didn't.
Well, I think Nicola Sturgeon, she locked the border tonight, did she?
Oh, has she?
Yeah.
Does that stop us getting in, or are you getting out?
Probably us getting out. But yeah, as soon as this is all over, you're more than welcome to come up.
I'll be down shortly.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's over for us. So.
Is it gonna be tough for all the British people then in terms of is it gonna be tough for the Trev? Can you mute your mic or mute the stream because we can hear it. Yeah, because like I heard that Scotland wants to leave the UK and join the EU. Is that gonna happen, Chris?
Oh, do we have to get into this?
No politics. God, no.
It hurts me.
Oh dear. After an afternoon of Boris Johnson, no.
Well, Scotland's already slightly separate anyway.
I wish I hadn't come back.
Yeah.
This is not as much fun as fucking poster talk, is it?
Oh. No, they're not. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in an interesting climate at the moment,
It's
aren't we?
all stupid.
So Trevor, do you have a oh, that's a nice cat.
That's true.
Do you have a question, Trevor? You found the mute
Oh yeah, you
button
need
yet?
to unmute and then ask the question.
He found it for a second. I don't know what happened.
You're muted again.
He's
We
all
can't
right.
hear
He's
you.
all right.
He's trying to talk to Cat.
Is that his IT expert?
Probably.
We
Look
can't hear you,
who
there we
joins
go.
us here. Another
Yeah,
James. Maybe he can. Oh, there, Trevor. Now
Oh,
he. I
go
mean,
Trevor, go Trevor.
probably. Look
can't hear you,
who
there we go.
joins us here. Another
Damn it.
James. Maybe he can. Oh, there, Trevor. Now
Oh,
he. I
go
but
Trevor,
Trevor
go
needs to. Trevor needs to mute the stream. Another James. Maybe he can. Oh, there,
Oh
Trevor.
no, this is a
I-
car crash.
It's not working.
I'm going to break the tension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reputation.
Must know.
Oh.
It's not working.
Okay,
Trevor
we'll have to get
can't
you to
hear
come
you.
back in
Sorry,
yeah,
buddy.
We'll have to get you to drop it in the text. Sorry, Trevor.
Yeah.
Technology's
So-
not working. We just can't hear you, mate.
Chris and Andy, we've asked all the guests so far. So we asked Nick and Nan so far. What's been your kind of highlight of 2020? What's the good things that you can bring out of this year? Both of you have been pretty prolific, I think.
The last 6 months for me has been nothing. I mean, the Jaws posters, I did those at the beginning of the year, I think. I've been really, really bad for the last 6 months. I've just done nothing. So it's been rubbish this year. So there you
I
go.
tell you what, though, you came out strong at the end of the year with those Jaws prints. I'm glad we managed to release those for you, bud, because they went down really, really well. So yeah, knocked it out of the park.
They
And
did well.
and don't forget the Wallace and Gromit print as well. That was kind of really well
That's one of
received.
my favourites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can-
Aardman as well.
Hoping-
Really loved that one.
Do a
Yeah.
follow-up to it as well.
You're open to finish that series whenever you want, but
Yeah,
obviously
they've asked.
no
Aardman
rush
have
on it,
asked,
bud.
haven't they? They've said we want the others.
2021 will be the year I get me arse into gear because I've been really bad this year. Been my least productive year for like 7 years, I think. So
Well, we're here whenever you want it, man.
Like the
you'd
normal
think
for
with all
everyone,
this
isn't it?
time off, you get more stuff done, but I can't get anything done. But
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because you kind of go through.
Yeah.
In some ways, you've got loads of time, but in others, you just want to mong on the sofa. Like
yeah,
personally, for me, this
Well,
is
James,
like,
you can talk because of what you've been through this year. So you've had a bit of a year, haven't you?
I've watched more TV this year than I have in my whole life, and I'm very old. So
it's one of those things. I think people kind of react to these things differently. Like I think with me, obviously, when I kind of had my surgery earlier on this year, I threw myself back into work as early as I could, and that probably was to my own detriment now, with things that are going to like more surgery and stuff planned. But yeah, it's an odd one, and I don't think there's any right or wrong for anybody really. But, yeah.
I feel like I didn't. You're like, oh, just lie on the couch and watch TV. I've got a new couch and I've never sat on it. I've been so fucking busy with because the kids have been home from school, so I've been teaching them all day and then jump in here and just work all night. And then making that Jaws poster, I think I had a nervous breakdown at some point.
You did.
But, we're through now. It's all fine. We're good. Good to go. Good to go. All right.
Yeah.
Where's my drink? It's 7 a.m. and I'm like, where's the whiskey at? But yeah, we're all fine.
By the way, we have another guest here. James Hobson joined us. Another gallery owner. Doaly. Doaly shows his face. Matt Griffin
There's
is
so
already in
many-
there, but no faces yet. But let's hear James first. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, I'm just here for a Raid 71 golden ticket, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough.
Done it. Okay, so what's your question for Chris?
Well, my question is to James, and it's how to run a successful gallery.
I'll tell you when I manage it. That would be really vain of me to answer.
I can answer how he does it. Be very handsome and very organized.
Yeah, he is like so organized and knows how to talk to studios and licensors and be business. Business, James.
He even polished up my email, huh?
Yeah.
I think
He released Ferg and Flory prints as well.
What's that?
Release Ferg and Flory prints, he says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's a huge bit of nepotism in the whole thing. Like, Vice Press works because it's me and Matt. Vice Press is very much we have different approaches. Nick alluded to this earlier. With I'm more formal when I talk to people, and Matt's very casual and laid back. And I think that it's a horses for courses thing with licensors. It's a horses for courses thing with artists. I'm sure I've put off artists by how I communicate. And
No,
I
you
think,
haven't.
I think how I am in person is very different to that.
Just Chris, obviously. Right?
I can be a bit too brash and formal sometimes, but I think me and Matt balance out quite well. And I think there's a bit of, obviously we've got a great relationship with Bottleneck. They've been very supportive from the start. There's obviously, it helps that we have Matt, and then we work with, again, to kind of blow smoke up Chris's arse a little bit. Chris very much came on as an early adopter and knew our very first release, Chris, which was that
Judge Dredd
was Urban Sprawl.
Big.
And that helped us out. And we just, the artists that we work with are great. We kind of encourage artists to promote. We try and work with artists that have got essentially their own kind of, aren't big artists all the time, and some of them are new and some of them are upcoming, and they're all at different stages in their career, and they've got their fan bases and things like that. But above all, like, I guess, James, like what you do with More Art Gallery, I'd like to think that every artist that we kind of work with thinks that, yeah, these guys are fair, they've got our best interest at heart as well, and we kind of, we kind of treat them fairly with regards pay and APs and things like that, and we like it very much to be collaborative. And yeah, I'm waffling now.
What he's saying is you've got to be awesome and like kick ass, basically.
It's the community. It's everybody on this call. It's the people. Yeah. It's the artists here. It's, I noticed Matt's popped on. Matt's been new to Vice Press this year. Nick, Nan. Doaly,
I've been a fan. I've not told Matt Griffin. I've been a fan of Matt Griffin for, it's got to be since 2012 or something, when you did the Giants things.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
No, you're crying.
And I've always liked them, you dickhead.
No, but like Vice Press is just, we hit our 5-year anniversary this year, so we're not a new gallery. We've been around a lot, and we've kind of
been around the block.
That
can't be right.
Yeah, we were 5 years this year.
Is it longer than 5 years though? Isn't it? 2014.
5.5 years now, because that was
2014 we stopped. Was it 2014?
No, we had our 5-year anniversary.
2015.
The day after. No, that was it. We incorporated as a business on March the 11th. Our 5-year anniversary was during my brain surgery.
Nice.
Which is fun. So I don't know if that answers your question, James. Hard work and perseverance, and you'll get there. Your art's brilliant, and you're doing the right thing. You're doing, you
don't spend too much money. Be tight.
Little energy on and a lot
tight where
of
it counts.
Yeah,
treat your artists well, but not milk. That's God. This is public, isn't it?
Milk them.
Milk them for all their
Treat your
work.
artists well, but do work on. It's the licensing where you have to try and save the money. Like spend the money on the stuff like the artists and the printing.
Yeah.
It's the licensing where you have to be a bit more economic.
They will take you for everything you've got.
Am I on, guys? Am I live?
Yes, you are live, buddy.
Yes.
We can hear you, Matt.
Oh yeah, I've worked with James and More Art now.
That's true. I just wanted to do a drop here, but nobody would let me talk.
Sorry, I'm waffling, and I'm going to shut up now for 5 minutes.
I'll shut up.
No, so you go ahead, Matt. You can talk about it.
It's me to shut up.
James just likes to talk business.
No, I worked with James and it was awesome and a lovely experience. And
Hobson or Henshaw?
Well, both Jameses, but working with More and working with Vice, working with other artists is a pleasure and it's lovely.
I've just realised who James is.
Yeah.
Which James, Henshaw or Hobson?
Oh, God.
Hobson.
I spoke to James Hobson on that podcast the other day, didn't I? The Mandalorian one.
Exactly.
Where I said it would be a bit annoying if Luke Skywalker turned up and lasered everybody.
Spoiler, I heard you were.
It's a shit. I didn't like it.
Oh, good.
Maybe did everybody see it yet?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I've ruined everybody's lives. Sorry.
Oh, you fucked Nick in the ass here. Matt's on the
Oh,
line.
God. Oh no.
It's been out 2 days. It's on you.
No, I'm joking. I did see it last night.
Oh,
There's a whole bunch of goddamn nerds. Of course, everyone's fucking seen it.
While we start talking over everyone, should we do some more introductions before we?
Yes, please say hello to Doaly. Doaly joined us here as well. Doaly, how are you doing, man?
Yeah, doing well, guys. Doing well. Been
That's
enjoying
great.
the night so far watching you guys. It's been fun.
Your setup looks a hell of a lot
Yeah,
more
you
pro
look
than what
so
we've got going
professional.
on.
I'm very annoyed because now your shot's the best one after
No,
mine.
Leon,
yours
you-
is
you-
great.
you won.
No, I've just like this is all because of like a year's worth of Zoom calls. So I thought I'd get it somewhat professional because it's like we're gonna have another fair few months of it. So it's been a work in progress.
Yeah.
I'm missing a door frame. My skateboard there is on a cardboard box. What the hell?
Prints. Like you've at least I think everyone here's pretty much got prints.
Hastily put up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got no prints in the entire house.
Nan's just in a little cave there. With a big window.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of Zoom calls, so I don't even have like a nice like ring light or anything. I'm using like a table lamp.
Who has a ring light?
I've got a ring light.
I've got a ring
in my
light there.
eyes if I do that.
You should have.
Yeah.
You
I
should have.
hate it. You don't want it because it's
No, it's crap.
like the biggest headache after. I don't know how people do it. Like these
Shines
streamers are
off your
streaming for
bald
7
head.
hours.
Fucking shit.
That's
And we've got-
Matt, that's why I wear the hat so I don't get any shine off the head.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Bad
but
move.
but I mean, you should have seen Flory's set. I don't know if Flory has a ring light now, but the ones before were exceptional.
Oh, with the living
I had a
room
lamp on top of a cardboard box behind my Mac, and then I got some of the kids' crepe paper and a bunch of skewers and stuck together and made this like contraption to diffuse the light. It was great.
Okay.
I was
It
very
looked- you
soft.
looked
It
lovely.
works.
And
It's
then
probably
if we
better
weren't in
than these.
If we weren't in lockdown, I could only assume that Matt Griffin was sat in a pub at the minute, but
Yeah, I was.
What was he doing lying down with a
Well,
glass
he's
of
Irish,
wine?
right? So
I'm really proud of my setup here. I think I'd probably win for the coolest setup.
Are you holding your phone, Matt?
I'm holding a phone.
the casual,
And I'm on my
casual
couch.
approach wins.
I'm
though,
on my
doesn't it?
couch with a glass of wine.
Oh
Nice.
no.
He's mobile.
He's
time to
also-
go.
Connoisseur
I have
things.
to,
Yeah.
I have to be pretty quiet because I have like a million kids and they're all asleep. And so
Mine-
this
mine's
is a really
asleep
pro
at the moment
approach.
as well, yeah.
you know what?
Do you know what's happening? Speaking of kids, you know what's happening right now? It's my son's 4th birthday today,
That's right.
and we're making him wait to open his presents until this show is done. Wow.
Oh, that's harsh.
Father of
So-
the year.
Yes.
Come on.
Ooh.
Father of the year definitely goes to the Mandalorian, but yeah, I guess also to
Champion
Flory.
dad.
Champion.
So, Mr. Hobson, we'll get a golden ticket sorted out for you, mate. You're more than welcome to stay a little bit if you want to as well. I guess we'll jump into Chris. Oh Christ, I've been trying to ask you this question for 20 minutes now. What's been your highlight of 2020, mate?
It's been a silly year. Batman.
Batman,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed getting into that, but I've just finished some key art for some manga animation,
Nice.
which should be out next year, which I'm really proud of. So a mixture of everything, really.
How's
Yeah,
the
it's
3D
always
printer
what-
going?
Yeah, it's printing a skull at the moment.
Well, how long did the art for the manga thing take you, Chris? Like 40 minutes, 50 minutes, something like that? Just bash it together, did you?
You only bought that book the other day.
I didn't spend that long on it.
Bastard.
He doesn't know.
no.
I don't think you know the backstory to that because I've said that you're one of the artists that really annoys me. Like all of you guys annoy me in certain ways, but yours annoys me because it seems so effortless and just bashed together, but it's always so good. And that's
It
just
does look like I've thrown it down.
yeah, but
yeah.
thrown it accidentally perfectly, like it just happened.
No, that's
It does complain a lot to me about how good.
Every
the
time
stuff is.
every time there's an explosion, I'm like, why does that look so good? It's
Chris
just
does my
orange and red.
favorite. Chris does my favorite concepts. and because they're essentially just blobs of color on a bit of paper.
Yes.
But you can tell exactly what it
straight
is
away
and
you're
what
like,
it's going to be.
oh my god, I know what you're trying to do here.
This
That's
is so
brilliant.
cool.
Yeah,
But the thing, I've just done. I submitted one today, and I spent a full day on it, and I sent it, and they went no. And I thought, right, next time I'm just going to put a blob on a paper and say it's going to be awesome.
Nothing worse when you send something and they just go, no.
No, but I mean, the thing is, when you're doing a rough, you're making all the big decisions that you're going to spend 2 weeks drawing. But my roughs, I can make things up as I go along because they're not in there.
Yeah, that was on the concept. That white blob there, that was clearly that.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I enjoy the process of going along and saying, no, actually, I need to do something different here.
Yeah.
And change it slightly, but my roughs are loose enough to allow me to do that. Whereas if I produce a really tight, fixed rough, it's like,
the client will then stick to that.
We were going to do a top 10 prints of the year kind of thing, where we were going to try and ask as many people as we could to kind of come up with their top 10 prints of the year. And I started thinking about mine, and your Batman. So everybody on this call's done one of my favorite prints this year.
I thought you were going to say his Batman's all 10 because he did like 50 Batman.
So yours, Chris, was definitely that. You kindly sent me the AP. There was that foil. I think it was the show one. It was the Batman animated series, like 18 by 36 one.
The Gotham one.
Yeah, that was amazing. Man. They were all amazing. That whole show was brilliant. But that was really well. That was good work. That I know how much
I was
hard work
pleased
you
with
put
that.
into that.
No, yeah, that was my key moment. That print. It was definitely I've cracked it. I know what I'm doing for the rest of them now.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so if people want to find out more about the Batman show, a little plug here. Raid and we did a live show for that as well back when the release was. So you can watch that back and see all the concepts and all the ideas on how this came about. And
I think
you
you
did a
had
great job
higher,
of promoting Bottleneck.
Yeah, I think Tom, you had a higher voice in that video as well, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
You weren't
but now you've got your Batman voice on.
Exactly.
It is deep again.
I don't know what's up with this. I don't know.
You sound like Bane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bane, has anyone seen that new Marks and Spencer's advert what Tom Hardy's doing?
No.
He's doing his Bane voice. It's hilarious.
Is he?
Isn't that what he always does in everything?
This is a Brussels sprout.
Now we're all doing it.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's do the rest of the call.
Okay, people.
Merry Christmas.
So Matt, Mr. Griffin, what has been your 2020 highlight?
My 2020 highlight has been my proper introduction to the poster collecting scene as an artist, because I think I hovered around the very, 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 very fringes and outskirts for a bit, and was doing alternative movie poster stuff, movie stuff more with Arrow covers and all that. And then Matt Ferg kind of pulled me into the fold and gave me a shot at the title. And
Sorry.
No, it's been fucking amazing. Mind my language.
It's fine.
You don't have to mind your language.
We've all been doing it.
Okay, good. It's been unbelievable ever since, and I had a few releases this year, and it was just class. Like the whole thing's been unbelievable. Really welcoming community, both from the collectors and from my fellow artists who I've been mates with online for a while in many cases, and new mates in other cases. And it's most definitely my highlight of the year. It's been class. Everyone's been very welcoming. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure, mate.
Pleasure having you. We also have a couple of guests. We have Andrew Hurley joined us, and Gareth Griffiths joined us, the man of the Amp Jam. I think Drew was the first one, so I would love to go to Drew and ask him, who you want to ask, Doaly or Matt?
Which Matt?
Griffin.
Yay.
Oh god, we've got 3 Matts now. This is
It's like on the third.
Why people have nicknames? Just realised.
My mother-in-law started putting the Ferg on Christmas cards because she sees that people call me that on Twitter.
Okay, Drew, you unmuted your mic. Let's hear from you. Drew?
While we're waiting, was I meant to answer with my poster highlight rather than my general highlight?
No, just any kind of highlight.
Just anything.
What? Let's ask Doaly. Oh no, Drew's asking.
Doaly,
oh,
as I've been saying for years.
No.
That was said. To Doaly.
Connection?
That's not gonna work.
Well, this is going well.
It's not working, Drew.
Please tell me that's not just me.
No.
Let's just
drinking some wine.
Yeah, he's got a dodgy connection. We can see your questions. So type your question,
there,
Drew,
yeah.
and I'll read it out.
Yeah. So while we're typing, we're gonna hear Matt's. What was it?
My connection's going a bit dodgy.
Yeah, we can tell.
Can't really hear
You
him.
sound like a droid on his last legs. I'll tell you what, if you type your question in, Drew, we can get Tom to see that and ask it out.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Without doing socks and shoes now, what sort of weird merch would you like to get your art on? Maybe
can openers.
Oh yeah, definitely can openers.
I think it's a Doaly. I think it was a
Doaly, sorry.
Oh, okay. Plates. Yeah.
You've done it. You've done it. I've seen a plate, mate.
I've seen
He's
a plate.
a big plate man.
I've seen your plate.
More plates.
Have you seen it?
I've seen your plate. You showed it me.
Oh,
you
yeah,
whipped it out of your bag.
Last
You went, look at this plate, and I was like, wow, that's a plate.
That was the only way I was going to get Joe to buy into it because it's like
Yeah, you have to show him.
I was like, well, but yeah, plates, mate. I love plates. Any type of plate, anything you can eat off. I think you need to have art on it. So just keep an eye out for next week.
Yeah, next week, people.
It was a sneaky little sales pitch.
Yeah,
he's a clever boy.
Sales pitch.
It is such a clever idea, though. Back in the day, I had a friend.
Ollie Moss did it first. Ollie Moss already did plates like 15 years ago.
Zelda.
Yeah. A friend of mine had all the Simpsons ones. I think from series 1, they did a plate for every single Simpsons episode from one of those Hallmark collectibles things.
See, it makes sense. Like I just thought from a property point of view, like from like Greek mythology and stuff, and the way telling story was by a property, so it works really well. So it's a no-brainer when it came up. So
your Wonder Woman. It's like the same thing with coins. When it makes sense, it's really cool. Like the plates that you did was really cool, and then Ollie Moss did that one that was kind of like the old the blue and white. I can't remember what the style is, the old British thing, and he did
that kind of classic China sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, the bitmap ones that he did for the games and stuff. That's really cool. It's when you do it in the right thing, then it really.
I had one with Commander Riker on it. Just
of course you did. Number 2,
like airbrushed picture of Jonathan Frakes. I loved that plate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or was it purely decorative?
No, just a plate.
Okay.
In the cupboard.
Yeah.
Smash your food so you could get to Frakes.
Yeah.
So Gareth, thank you very much for that, Drew. Appreciate that, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question.
Would be, by the way, what is his chances for the giveaway?
With Doaly, you can have. We've got I think 2 copies of Doaly's Jurassic Park left, or we've got a golden ticket for Doaly's next release with us. Should Doaly choose to do another release?
Well, there's a concept in, isn't there?
Yeah.
I gotta play around with that one, but say golden ticket. That way, I get the gig.
What is the golden
Clever. By the way, also a drop for the plate thing. Doaly and I we're gonna do a very nice breakdown of it for the podcast of the release, and you better check that out as well.
Yeah,
he's plugging stuff as well.
Yeah, all bottleneck sales as well. Everything's like. Anyone else got anything coming out with bottleneck?
Me.
Yeah.
Okay, so
just rolls in from the side.
So Gareth, what's your question, mate?
Gareth is for Matt Griffin this time.
It is for Matt Griffin, yeah. Firstly, thank you to everybody who was involved in AppJam and stuff. And also, I'm delighted to hear that Tom is now experiencing the low voice issue that we had during the session with.
Yes.
Yeah,
Been
you
very
had that.
Griffith. So now
See, you had it, Gareth, as well.
Gareth White.
Yeah, Gareth was like, whoa.
Oh yeah, I remember us ribbing Gareth somewhat chronic for that. Man.
Yeah. It was. Why are you sounding?
It was
all
funnier
posh?
with his posh voice though, because he was really posh as well at the same time.
I sound kind of posh as it is. Matt, when we've spoken earlier on in the year, you were talking about how obviously your introduction to the poster community was with like Iron Giant, and your Up poster started things off, and now obviously you've had Alien and Dune out. But you were saying that how I think your words were you were into much more fucked up shit than Pixar and Iron Giant movies. Are we going to see more of you sort of coming into your own next year? Are there some properties that you're going to work with where you're going to get to do more quote unquote fucked up shit?
Well, firstly, I would never use language like that. I don't think it's necessary. I have children here in the house, so if you wouldn't mind. No, it's not that I'm not into Pixar. I absolutely obsessively adore all Pixar movies because they're amazing, and I obsessively adore the Iron Giant because it's amazing. It's just that those two posters were kind of an anomaly because they're not really, they weren't representative of what I generally do. They're sort of like, I don't do cartoon stuff. I guess I do in my alter ego Ignatius. That's a different story. But I don't know. Like, I think the last few posters, the Alien, the Lynch Dune, the Silent Running, the War of the Worlds for James and more art, that's more representative of the kind of stuff I do, I think, than Iron Giant and Up. I still hope Iron Giant and Up are nice posters, but it's I don't know if I'm answering the question. It's like,
I think you can always tell.
Are we going to see more of you sort of coming into your own in 2021?
Yeah,
Dune
absolutely.
is it, isn't it? Dune was the one.
Yeah, well, Dune is a special
exactly. You
can
tell that you like that film.
Yeah, and now like you've underplayed your role in that and all the other posters massively. Like that, there was a lot of art direction going on there that made it what it is. Like I had big, gigantic, fucking thick bull type dominating the whole composition at the start.
Just said that's fat, make it skinny. That's not really.
It was more than that. It was more than that. No, it's not about being fucked up. Is my answer to that question. It's about. Yeah, Matt Ferg, answer for me.
No, I mean you just answered it there.
You just get to pick. You'll get to pick
about
stuff
doing
you like,
stuff that you like.
Yeah, that is one incredibly cool thing. And James Henshaw, I have to second name because there's lots of Jameses and Matts. Alluded to it earlier, and it was music to my ears when he said, "Whatever you want to do, license dependent, we can look at it for you." And Joe Bottleneck is kind of the same. Once there's a license, you can submit any rough you want, and sure, at least we'll try. And like that's just amazing. That just means the stuff I'm passionate about, that really gets my juices flowing, I can have a go at. And if it doesn't get approved, so be it. You move on to the next one. But that's a whole lot of artistic freedom to be given, and it's magical. So it is. I didn't curse during that bit. Hey.
I think we take it for granted too. I think that we once you're kind of in with a few different galleries and all these guys or whatever, I always make jokes about like, oh, what am I not doing? Like, but it's and that is a bit. It is a bit that way. But me and him will just be like, oh, I've got to do another Star Wars.
Oh god, I just want to have a few days off. Oh, I've got all this.
But it is good to see people appreciate that are still kind of just coming into that now. That yes, I get to do those films. Yeah. Amazing.
It doesn't really get old. It's to be honest, it doesn't get old.
It's all new for me, and it shows a lot of faith in what you do. It's someone telling you that what you're doing is not shit and it's good, and we have faith in you, and that makes you feel good. So the whole thing has been enormously positive. Like I know 2020 has been a shit year, but for me, professionally and creatively, like, truth be told, it's been fucking amazing. So, you know, onwards and upwards. Sorry, 2020, but I'm good.
One of my favorite things of yours that you did this year, Matt, was the Lady Killers.
Oh,
the work
thank you.
for the Lady Killers. I noticed
Yeah,
that.
it goes under the radar, that stuff.
Yeah, was that under the pseudonym?
Ignatius thing, wasn't it?
Ignatius.
Ignatius,
pseudonym?
yeah.
That was really, really very good.
just-
Matt,
Can we speak to him then? Can we speak to this Ignatius?
Yeah,
fellow?
hang on, let me get him. Hello.
Ooh, you're much more handsome than the other guy.
Well, thank you.
I know Studio Canal really liked that piece of work as well because it was mentioned in a conversation I was having with them. They really liked that. That was cool.
Yeah, that was my second Ealing comedy key art I did for them under the Ignatius thing. And like, look, I just can't have mid-century inspired art sitting beside Dune and all that stuff on my portfolio.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Place for everything.
Yeah,
Well,
but he
do you know
doesn't
what?
want to.
Do you know what?
know?
As a
man.
poster artist, now that I am one, I think I probably can. But as a commercial illustrator, I couldn't. You can't.
Can you
You
not?
couldn't have. No, it's like a
I get
client had to
confused.
know what they're getting from
Oh,
you.
I see. I don't know because I've always just come at it from just doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, you
Like the
couldn't.
property
No.
sometimes demands a particular style or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know that, but I still just do what I want anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at mine. I made rubbish posters for like 5 or 6 years, and now I make good ones in a slightly different style. So you can do whatever you like, really. I made rubbish posters for like 5 or 6 years, and now I make good ones in a slightly different.
Oh,
It's,
folks are flying in
I can hear
everywhere.
myself.
It's Trev, but
Yeah, so have we got some more questions?
Got more questions coming up.
yeah,
Christine Robbins.
But first of all, Gareth, what is your choice here?
What are my options?
For
James.
Matt, it would be a golden ticket for something.
What's a golden ticket, by the way?
A golden ticket is a
I'll take
promise
that.
of work for you, Matt, essentially.
Basically, he gets access to whatever you do next.
Yeah.
So
You
it's
can pick
a
something.
whatever, yeah. So you can pick any of your kind of future
Yeah.
releases that you might do with us, and win
Awesome.
that for free.
Thank you very much.
It's quite
All right.
right.
So that
So,
then.
Doaly, I haven't forgotten you. We will come back to what your 2020 favorite thing is
No worries.
shortly.
Yeah.
Do we have some questions, Tom?
Yeah, we have Christine Robin in here and Julian Nielsen. And Christine wanted to ask Matt something for the giveaway, and Julian wanted to ask Flory something for the giveaway.
Which Matt? There's all these.
Did I
Matts.
say
Ferg.
Ferg, Matt. Okay, go.
This one.
Okay, yeah, that's me.
I didn't really have time to think of something, but since I just got into poster collecting and stuff, I guess I'd ask, what was your first officially licensed piece?
Oh, okay. Well, my first officially licensed piece was for the Avengers. I did a piece of Avengers fan art and put it online before the film came out because I didn't like the poster that they did, so I did my own thing, and then that got picked up by Joss Whedon and cast and stuff, and then it went around the offices, and then they went, "That's cool. Can we have it to put on the box set?" And I went, "Yeah." And then they went, "Can you do all the other movies as well?" So I did all the movies. So my first ever job was doing that.
That's
See,
huge.
this is the problem. His first job was Avengers.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do like Wrong Turn 2 or something, and it
I just
doesn't
went
sell
straight
at all.
in.
And then
Straight in emailing
Wrong
crazy
Turn
people at
2.
Marvel and stuff.
And did you do like other stuff officially, like maybe not for movies? Because I told my uncle about this poster, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've heard of him before," but I couldn't remember what he said that he had heard or he had seen of yours before. Maybe music posters or something. No.
No, not really. Just movie
Okay.
stuff.
Okay, I was gonna say because I know he collects a lot of concert posters, so I wouldn't know where he would have seen your work, but okay.
That's cool.
So, James or Matt Ferguson, what do you have in store for?
Well,
this
I
team?
would have said you could have had an Empire Strikes Back, but you've already got one. So, what we can do is we could do some messages and see what I've got that you've not got, and I can just send you whatever you want.
Okay, that works for me.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Christine,
Awesome.
for coming on and
Yeah.
asking the question. And yeah, glad that you found this bunch here. And enjoy the next year with the Vice Press.
Oh yeah.
Cheers, Christine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Remember
right.
you guys were talking about Christmas presents earlier?
Yeah.
Like, I have a good one.
Let's
you
hear
gonna
it.
ask me about that?
What? So this is a weird Christmas present.
Yeah.
Go on then.
My auntie, when I was about 12, gave me a pair of Y fronts and a can of Sure deodorant. She obviously thought I was coming of age or something.
Were you like a bit of a problem when you were 12?
It was like a welcome to manhood.
This kid stinks and he's got no pants on.
Or is that just like normal in Ireland? I don't know.
No, not even in Ireland.
Okay.
It's not normal. No.
No, it didn't sound it.
I thought originally, at first I thought he was going to say that you got. Oh, sorry, I'm losing my voice. With some Y fronts and a can of special brew.
Would have been.
I would have taken that. I would have been happy with that. No,
Right, let's ask Doaly the question now.
Yeah, Doaly. Julian, we'll come back to you in a second, man. We haven't forgotten you.
We've been hanging on with Doaly for a while. Let's go.
Doaly, what's been your highlight of 2020, mate?
Ooh, fuck. It's one of those it's ones that everyone's like, a lot of people have to shit year, but like personally, it's been a good one. I don't really get on with people, so staying indoors mandatory has been great. So it's like I've got an excuse not to see people, so that's been cool from that point of view. But just like I think from our point of view, it's been cool just to have that bit of extra time and just like look back at your work and think, okay, where do I want to take this year and next year? Because we've had a bit of a lull in some projects. So that's been great. It's like finding yourself again. There was a point in the year I was like, am I still good at this stuff? Should I still be doing it? And then I was like really scratching my head. It's like, shoot. And it's like, okay, I did a couple of pieces, shoved them on social media. And it's like, yeah, great. And then Bottleneck picked them up. So it's like, yeah, I'm still good at this. So it was a good year in like, yeah, I can still do this. I'm still enjoying what I'm doing. And I shouldn't hang up the towel yet. So that's been like reassuring more than anything else.
Yeah. You've had a couple of, like, I mean, all your stuff's really strong as well conceptually, but I think this year you've had a couple that have really jumped out in terms of just being, I guess, kind of that super special kind of thing that have caught on. There was the Jaws piece that that you did with Bottleneck as well. That really kind of took on a bit of a life of its own, really. And the Jurassic Park as well, that kind of that went a bit crazy. And it's like the same thing, we were talking about this earlier with Nan and Nick and Vice Press Editions and why we do that. And like with Andy Fairhurst and with Andy's Jaws, sometimes you just really underestimate, like with certain things, you massively overestimate what something's going to do. And then
like silent running,
and then with other things, you really massively underestimate how something's going to go as well. And it's, I think you two have had a couple of those, like with the Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws is good. I mean, my favorite prints that I've done of my own, this was like, it was the ones that I did for fun. It was Jaws, it was The Dark Knight, Batman Begins with the flower, and it was Lord of the Rings. So that was more like going back to what I enjoy doing, in a sense. It's conceptual based. I can like draw them in a day or two rather than spending hours or what have you.
The Lord of the Rings concept is genius levels with the ring and the shadow.
It's like
the foil is also great.
Foil really works well. I mean, I've got
Doaly annoys me. Like, we're just going to go through how you all give me the shit.
Everybody annoys him.
Oh, by the way,
everybody just annoys you.
I hate you all in different ways. So I hate Doaly because his concepts are so strong and so clever. Like it's.
See, that comes out of not being able to draw, though.
I can't draw, and I don't have concepts though.
No, but it's just like when I first started, like back in the day, I was like, I started drawing posters because I wanted to learn how to draw. So I couldn't draw, but I could come up with a concept. So the concept was like draw people, draw everything else but the person, and it's kind of been born out of that. And slowly, you get better at art, and then you start. Like I was personally being lazy and forgetting the concept because hey, I can draw anything I want now. And then this year was like, actually stop doing that, go back to what you were good at, like the fun side of it. So that's been fun. But this is the first time
about the idea
story, which is like we've kind of known each other for years now.
But you're also the same person.
Just bump into each other online, and we get confused with each other because we're both single short names. Like it's Cher, Madonna, Flory, Doaly.
Yeah, it's happened over the years a few times. It's been like, I know recently it was like with Matt Taylor and stuff, but
I think it's one of the things like been. Means that aside, I think there's a podcast idea in Florrie. Here's what I hate about, and then insert guest name here.
Do a spin-off.
Yeah, I like it. We've also got the idea I had for one of these was the Matt cast, because there's so many freaking Matts that do this, and we'll just have all of
Just a
us,
different Matt.
And then anyone who's on that's not a Matt, like James, his name will also be Matt, so he'll be Matt Henshaw instead.
Yeah.
Everyone's a Matt.
Rechristened.
So I think everybody on this call probably, or most folks, have done something that's either Jurassic Park, Jaws, or Back to the Future, or in Nan's case, all three in one release. I think one thing this year that we've kind of started to do more, and we're kind of experimenting with kind of more eclectic titles, and we're kind of picking up titles that are much more exciting because, you know, obviously Jurassic Park's going to sell, there's a huge collector base, and Jaws will, and Back to the Future will, and things like that. And with Matt and Florrie's Amblin show, we started to do things like Close Encounters, which is a bit more niche, and Jewel, which is a bit more niche. If anyone wants to do a Jewel poster, by the way, we've still got that license for another year.
My one didn't sell that well, really.
Don't all rush at once.
It's because no one said it's like.
Yeah, but then, you know,
it's the wrong turn two of Amblin.
But we are starting to kind of pick up now, and this is where it's really interesting and good to know from artists what kind of titles you want to do, and where we're kind of throwing ideas over to you guys a bit more, because we want to do more, but what we kind of want to do is stuff that's that you want, and it's difficult when you go in and get new licenses, because I might like, I don't know, bloody White Men Can't Jump or something like that, but then nobody wants to do a print for it.
What you do?
Whereas,
I wanted to
have to
White
put
Men
a
Can't Jump.
basketball.
What we're talking about?
Face, right?
So that's like, I mean,
there's
Chris,
one.
there's a license that, Chris,
Like
there's
that.
a license that we've picked up for you this year, I think, with American Werewolf in London. You know, and you're kind of going to
let's talk about. Hold up. Let's talk about.
me about this.
Let's talk about it in a second about it, because Nick said he has to go, so I want to say bye to
sorry,
Nick, if you have to run out.
Oh, you're all right.
Thanks
for coming on.
Thank you for
Nick,
coming on. It's been a
absolute
pleasure,
pleasure.
man. And great that you hung around for such a long time with so many weirdos, but it's all good. It's cool weirdos.
Stay in
Cool
touch, guys.
weirdos.
Speak soon.
Yeah,
Have a
you
great
guys are all
Christmas,
great.
man.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Take
buy
care, buddy.
Christmas gifts.
Merry
See ya.
Christmas.
Take it easy.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks,
Bye.
man.
See ya.
Bye.
And before we get
Thanks for
into
the collaboration.
Yeah, exactly. And before we get into more art, I want to have Julian ask his question, because I think he's really
You've
waiting.
been patiently waiting there.
Yeah.
With
We do
what looks like
apologise,
one of the
Julian.
most expensive walls ever. You've got Kurt's Baby Driver. You've got Tongs Mulholland Drive. Is that Poor Man Wizard of Oz? Matt Tobin Ryan's.
He doesn't need any giveaways, by the way.
There's not enough.
What are we doing
Gab's
here?
First
No,
Blood.
Rules.
I don't see Florrie. Don't see Ferguson.
Mike
don't see
Mitchell.
Christmas.
TIE Fighter, X-Wing
What are you
Fighter.
doing here,
is that
mate?
on there? There we go.
I've got quite a few of Matt's prints actually. I'm gonna put just opposite me. It's not up yet, but I'm about to put up your quad Jurassic Park print, which is amazing. So gonna get that up soon.
Nice.
Okay, go ahead. Ask your question, man.
I was trying to think of another sort of Christmas related question. And I suppose in the collecting community, a lot of people are going mad for sort of Christmas related prints at the moment, aren't they? Like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and things like that. So I was just going to ask, what's your favourite piece of sort of Christmas related art, or have you ever done a sort of a Christmas related art print?
You know,
Is
I'd
this-
like,
who's
Nan,
this for?
Nan, what would you, if you kind of your work, your art would lend itself really well to kind of Christmassy stuff. Guess if you could do a Christmas, I'm building on Julian's question there. What kind of art, Christmas related art, would you do? What kind of films would you choose, or properties?
That's a tough one. I've been drawing a lot of snow for my Through the Woods show because
Yeah.
I just love it's easy.
No, it's not. I'm drawing snow as well, and I hate it.
Oh, really?
That's just you.
My style, I guess it's easy. But Christmassy, ooh, I don't know. Come back to me. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Julian, who do you want to kind of point that at, and then we'll wait for Nan to come up with an answer.
I think we got to Flowey, hadn't we? So I really like your We Buy Your Kids prints, by the way, Flowey. Awesome.
Oh yes, they're very good, aren't they? As fellow Australians, got to represent. Christmas. Oh geez. Whatever. I did do a few Christmas things, like commission ones. I did the Rankin Bass what did I do? The what are they
You
called?
Peanuts one as well.
Rudolph or something.
Yeah, I did Rudolph, and I think I did might have done the Grinch as well. I would like to probably do the Grinch again, because I have another idea for it, and I just like drawing a green monster man. That's kind of fun. Or I'd probably do, or Nightmare Before Christmas. I'd like to take a big smash at, because that was always when I wore all black and painted my nails and all that gear. That was my number one film for a long time. That and the Crow. So
yeah,
it's not really Christmassy, but yeah, I'd have a go at Nightmare Before Christmas, I reckon.
Okay.
I'll
I'll
see
take
that.
it.
Was that the question?
That answers the question.
Christmas. Cool.
So what's the giveaway for you, Flory?
I don't know. What do we got? What do you want?
We have. Well, there will
All
be
those toys in the back.
There
All
will
of
be a couple of spare Jaws prints, or there is a golden ticket.
Well, I did miss the Jaws because I messed the timings up. So if I could get a Jaws print, that'd be really awesome.
Cool.
There you go.
Yeah, feel free to drop Tom a message.
You got
Tom, are you
it.
collecting all these people? I'm just
Christmas.
saying, yeah, you can. How are we collecting
We
all
can
these
watch it
folks?
back. so.
Yeah. Info@vice-press or send
Just
me a message on
message us
Vice Press
because
a message.
we're rubbish.
I
We
shouted
can't
out.
follow it
People
up.
should message us.
Cool, sweet. Nan, have you thought of anything yet?
Thank you, Julian, for coming on. By the way,
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Have a great night and great Christmas.
You too.
What is going on with
Trevor?
I don't
Trevor,
know.
Is your mic working yet?
Trevor's mic is not working.
I feel like we're in a
I
snuff
think
film or
we'll
something.
just have to
Yeah.
call it quits, Trevor.
Yeah, just text your question.
Wrong Trevor too.
Trevor.
That was a play on wrong turn too.
Trevor, I'm going to throw you out for a
like
second.
it.
Join us on the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, we've gone mobile.
Where's Trevor going?
I don't
This is
know.
terrifying.
I don't know what's
This is the
happening.
scariest film I've ever watched.
I'm going to throw Trevor out for a second. Sorry, bud.
No,
You can go.
no sound, so we just don't know what
Later,
he's
buddy.
saying.
Later, buddy.
Okay, bye, Trevor.
Okay, so
Man can move through. Oh yeah.
We're a few
Marco.
minutes away from something there.
yeah, Marco is also Marco. Marco, do you want to ask a question? I think we don't have any giveaways made tonight, but you can still ask a question.
Yeah. So if you could pick one of your own prints to get the lenticular or like light box treatment, which would you pick? Besides the ESB from Matt Ferguson.
This is for me.
No, for everybody.
It's for everyone.
Well, can I just caveat this question?
Go ahead.
The light box thing is a very good angle. Me and Matt have been working hard on some R&D on some things. So yeah, it'd be interesting to kind of hear what the light box angle would be on that. Who wants to go first?
Artist
I'll go
first. It's not me.
Lenticular, I'd probably choose my Ninja Turtles, but only because I already know what it will look like. Because I did one of those weird Facebook 3D photo things when I was going to do the promo, and I never used it, but I already have it, and so I can sort of see it in my brains. I'll choose that.
All right.
How do you set a file up for lenticular?
You send it to this company, and they do it all, and then it comes out, and you take it.
Really? Awesome.
Well, that's how he does it.
I'd probably do. Earlier this year, I did a thing for Ghost Rider, so I'd probably do that. I'd like to have a way that the flames actually move, or he transforms with the lenticular. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably do my Spider-Verse that I did for Grey Matter, where they're all swinging across the train at night. So,
all right.
I think I would do I did a Kiki's Delivery Service print for Spoke Art that has a bunch of leaves sort of layered in front of her. And I think maybe that could look cool if you could move that in some way.
Yeah.
Did Chris answer?
No, I would do a new piece. I'd probably do Blade Runner, and it'd be raining.
Of course.
The rain would go down.
There was a
go like that.
There was a question earlier by Pete, and he wanted to know if you get ideas under the shower because there's always rain in your prints.
There you go. Well, yes.
Well,
that's true.
There you go. Did that
It's
answer?
cost me about 3 Wacom.
He does all his work in the shower as well.
Yeah. Who's missing in terms of the answer?
Me. I don't know. The Lynch Dune, I think, could kind of be cool because it's got elements like the ships
and the depth.
The ships and the worms and the hand.
And it's your only good poster as well. So.
Yeah, I love your honesty because it's true. I've yet to scale those depths again. Fuck, I'm signing off.
You know what, though? Honestly speaking, between the Dune and the silent running, Dune is amazing, but my favourite piece of art was the silent running one.
I really do enjoy the silent running too, but all the rest of shit.
Again, I need to, like I said to Nan earlier, we need to actually send you your AP copies of those.
Yeah, we're sorry.
We're sorry. We're so behind.
They're not sorry. Do they sound sorry? I don't think they're sorry.
Sending Nan or sending me AP copies of silent running?
Well, I'm going to send Nan copies of your silent running, and I'll probably send you Nan's. That's the way that
With an open edition, you don't get AP copies, though, do you?
Yeah, we've still been sending artist proofs.
Yeah, but you get like 10,000 of them.
You'd be surprised how when it's going through your store, you'll still sell some probably.
We're very much still at the opinion
signed and stuff, you know.
My store is Ben Bow and Uniquely Geekly, so yeah, awesome. Speaking of silent running, both Matt Ferg and Chris and myself have done art for this film.
Yeah.
Their pieces were absolutely incredible. Mine was grand. It seems to me that people don't. What the reactions I saw mostly were, "I haven't seen the film, but I like the poster."
No one knows it.
And you feel like saying, "Would you go and watch the fucking film? It's amazing. It's absolutely one of the greatest pieces of sci-fi."
It really
ever.
is. Yeah, such a good film. You've probably not seen it, have you, James?
James.
there is a bit of a story behind this, because Nat, my wife, we moved into this house in 2017, and we were doing it up, and we recorded it on Sky in July 2017, and it's still recorded on our Skybox. And she says, "If you don't watch this fucking film by the end of this year, that I'm just going to delete it." And there's that, and there's Soylent Green. I still haven't
You've
watched.
not seen Soylent Green?
No, I haven't seen Soylent Green. Jesus. Yeah, but you're right.
No spoilers.
You know, I have been really bad with films lately because I've had to, like, what I try to do with any licenses, I try to watch them. Most of the time I know them. If I don't know them, I watch them. Like when we got Universal Monsters, I bought the box set so I could watch the box set, so that when we got art in from artists, we could say, that's not quite right because it's not in the film, maybe switch this, because generally licensors will spot it, but it's good if you can spot it before you get it to the licensor, and that really helps. You know, Tom Walker did an absolute grand job with his set, but you know, there was a couple of tweaks that we made on like the Mummy and things like that, and it's obviously everything's interpretational, but you want to make sure that you kind of spot things. And with this is a long way of me saying no, I haven't seen Silent Running. I just relied very heavily on the fact that Matt wanted it. I think that was because Chris Raid, you really wanted to do Silent Running. I think Matt did.
Yeah.
Again, this comes back.
I just love it. It's a good movie.
Yeah, when we asked
It's a
artists,
great
you know,
movie.
what you want to do, you can do it.
It's totally not made us any money and has flopped miserably each time, but whatever.
It's good. I mean, it's good to have variety, but the thing is, like with Silent Running, Chris, we released yours last year, I think, sometime.
Thought Bubble, wasn't it?
Yeah. We still sell 1 or 2 a month. They still sell.
I got
The thing you get is when somebody really loves it, they go, this is amazing because I've always wanted something for this, and I never thought it would ever get made.
I got Huey, Dewey, and Louie standing around everywhere here. There.
Which again, like going back to Chris's Silent Running, that was kind of one part of the nexus of editions. It's like, wouldn't it be great if we could do this kind of print, but not have to spend a fucking fortune screen printing it?
Yeah.
And wait 3 years to kind of recoup it all. We could kind of, and that it allows us to be a bit more experimental, and then, you know, with titles and artists and things like that, and it just it's helpful. And
okay,
also, you know. So,
that was a long-winded answer to Marco, wasn't it?
Yeah, there you go, Marco. Was that good?
What does Marco get?
We can throw you a golden ticket if you want.
That's what I just wanted to ask. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want anything from the store, let us know. Or if you want a golden ticket, let us know. We can do that as well.
Yeah, just messages.
Just make sure it's Silent Running.
Okay, thank you so much, Marco, for coming on. Hit us up on the email or on the other channels. We get all the stuff to you. And yeah, we have been over 2 hours now, and
we're wrapping it up.
We can talk longer, but I don't mind.
You know what I would like to do to wrap things
I'm gonna
up?
go to the toilet.
I think it's worth doing a quick round robin of everybody kind of going, just asking what they're most looking forward to in 2021.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good way to summarize everything. So if we start with us, we'll start bottom right and work our way around. So it gives Matt a chance to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Can I go and then come back?
Yeah, you're the last one.
So, Mr. Griffin, what are you looking forward to in 2021?
Well, as I alluded to earlier, this year was my intro proper to the poster collecting scene, and it was lovely and magical. So I am unbelievably excited about what I'm going to make in 2021. And like, it's already started. That's the beauty of it. We've got roughs in for approvals for first couple of posters. We've got titles we're working on. Like, it's not as if we're going in to 21 and saying, right, what happens next? We've got the first couple of months covered. And I'm just looking forward to taking it up a notch and making better posters than I've made thus far. Some might argue that I can never, ever, for the rest of my life, top June, and I never will, and I may as well give up. And maybe they're right, so maybe I won't make any art in 2021, and I'll just, I don't know.
Just release a lenticular version and you'll be set.
Well, apparently there's a website I just send the shit into, and it just converts it and makes a lenticular print. So I just fucking do that.
The person that usually says when you send shit into somebody, usually that person is me.
Okay.
Yeah, just send this shit into them.
Okay, well, so here's what I'm going to do in 2021. I'm not going to draw a fucking thing. I am going to send you all my JPEGs to send into the lenticular people.
Lenticular people.
And I just want to lenticularize everything I've ever fucking drawn for the last 12 years.
Cool. I think lenticular people.
Yeah, no,
lenticular people just move like this,
like that. No, I'm genuinely, unbelievably excited about the next year, and I always love a new year, but I've never been more excited about a new year than I am now. And because I love it, I love the poster, I love my artist friends, I love the collectors I'm chatting to in my Facebook group. The whole thing is fucking class. So I'm looking forward to doing more. That's it.
Cool. Cheers, man. That's very sentimental. Always got a tear in my eye. You can tell why you're a storyteller.
Go out of that. Well, it's all bullshit. It's all a mask. Inside, I'm a cold, dead psychopath.
Aren't we all?
Start walking around your house like that Trevor guy before.
Yeah, that was crazy. I kind of miss Trevor being in
yeah. I'm just fucking around in the corner with. I'm just watching him go.
Can we get Trevor back, please?
Everyone needs a Trevor.
Doaly,
how about you, man?
I'm next. I thought it was. Oh fuck! I thought I still had time. I'm looking forward to 2021. Doing more of what we've done this year, in a sense, not staying in, but just drawing a lot more and just ticking off more from the bucket list. I've got 3 comic books coming out next year.
Oh wow!
So I'm looking forward to that. So that should be fun. So it's for a new hero, so that should be fun. So it's something different. So
is that covers? Is that covers again?
I know what that is.
Work, so
I know what that is. It's cool.
Can you make sure that they confuse your name with me once and accidentally send me an email too? That'd be good.
By all means. I've got yeah. So that's the fun stuff. I mean, I think when lockdown first hit, I like rushed straight to the desk and said, okay, I've got to churn out as much work as possible because you never know what the coming months will bring. So I've got loads like saved up. So I'm hoping for them to see the light of day at some point in 2021. But I think probably most of all is just like it'd be nice to go to a con again, like especially like something like Thought Bubble, because like seeing the guys in person and having a pint and all that sort of stuff is like the highlight of the year when you used to working alone. So at some point, I'm hoping that we all get to like meet up again, whether it's New York or Thought Bubble. That would be great.
I was just thinking about that, as you was talking. Some of my favorite things about like Thought Bubble and New York Comic Con, like when we just sneak out in those crafty minutes, like when we went to grab those pizzas or when we go and grab those beers and stuff like that. They're just the nicest bits.
When we're away from all the people. Yeah,
I can't wait for that. I've never experienced any of that, and I can't.
Well, the sad thing about
it's not good.
The sad thing about Thought Bubble this year was, I don't think I'm spoiling anything. They were going to trial having proper full New York Comic Con style booths, and we were going to trial one of those. And what the plan was, we were going to reach out to a few of you guys as artists to kind of do something a bit more special. So
signings and stuff.
With 2021, we can have the space, and we'll see. I mean, it's all up in the air. But I've just kind of given up. Yeah, I've just given up hoping on anything like that.
But I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, otherwise we wouldn't be here right now if this.
Oh God, yeah, exactly. Because let's not trivialize how.
I'd be downstairs with my feet up.
Yeah, I mean, the first podcast, the first episode was for Thought Bubble, so that's how it all got started.
Adapt and survive. Exactly. How about you, Andy? 2021.
Probably. I'm still waiting to do an Empire subscribers cover. I don't know how you lot get those, but
never done one.
Me neither.
Only I think.
Find out how.
I think only Sam Gilby does it.
Yeah,
Sam. Well, you've done one, haven't you, Doaly?
I've done one. I did Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Last year.
I was speaking to Empire once about doing a feature on posters and alternative posters and stuff, and it never went anywhere.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning it. Like,
it would have been a good feature, that.
Yeah.
I was actually approached by someone at Imagine FX about the similar sort of thing, poster art. But I said I'm not very good at writing stuff, so.
You did draw.
I can't curate my own kids, never mind a magazine article. So
yeah.
And Thought Bubble, stuff like that, and also New York, because the last 3 years I've been meaning to go to New York, and it's been thwarted by either Thomas Cook going under or the pandemic. So hopefully this year it'll go ahead. So.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, you were meant to come out because Chris, you booked. Was it you that had booked with Thomas Cook and had to switch? Or was it someone else?
No, I didn't book with Thomas Cook.
Yeah, because I remember Andy, you had a mare with that, didn't you? I think someone else did.
Yeah, and I think to switch it, the prices were ridiculous. Spent about £2,000, £3,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
But
get Joe to pay for it.
Yeah, just get Joe to pay for it.
Yeah.
Joe's going to listen back to this and think, you fucking fuck.
Email Joe now. See if you get a reply.
Pay for it, Joe. Pay for it, Joe.
My messages are pinging. I'm wondering if.
But just write it in like the subject line.
Hang on. Does Joe pay for it?
No.
Not yeah, please don't get any ideas. We have never paid,
James has just agreed to pay for me to go to every con next year. And thank you, James. Wow. I really appreciate that.
That James Hobson is such a nice guy. More art are amazing. Cool. It'll be. We're looking forward to doing more stuff with you again next year, Andy. So yeah. Keep on going, man.
Chris.
How about you, Chris? Mr. Raid 71.
I agree. Staying in and being introverted and drawing is brilliant. But getting out once a year, maybe twice a year, and seeing other people is nice. And I've missed that this year. It's not the same talking to people in Tesco's about art. Just kind of get a bit funny and walk away. And then security comes when you chase after them. But it is good meeting up with people and saying, and seeing posters in the flesh, and then, sticking 2 fingers up behind the back because it's crap, and meeting people. I enjoy that twice a year.
All right.
And I missed that. I've missed that this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Nan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chris.
No, it's all right.
Nan, how about you?
Yeah, that's it.
What are you looking forward to?
Oh, no, hang on. Hang on. No, go on.
How about you, Nan?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I was actually really busy this year. I illustrated a picture book, did a bunch of book covers for younger kids' books, and then on
What's
top
the
of
picture
that,
book called?
It's not out yet. It's going to be
Okay.
about it's about the author Margaret Wise Brown, who wrote Goodnight Moon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of that one.
But that's coming out probably next year, but that took up a lot of time. So I didn't have a whole lot of time to do personal art at all. So I'm looking forward to this year because I got nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to kind of just do whatever and just, make the stuff I want to make.
Yeah. I had an idea. I'll have to send you, Matt will send you an email actually. While we were talking, something just...
Brief.
You mentioned snow and something popped into my mind.
Yeah. So now all that freedom you thought you had is now gone. James and Matt are sending you briefs. Draw snow. We want 1,000 snow prints.
Yeah.
Bring it on. I love it.
And then you've got is that coming? Are we allowed to talk about that? The gallery
1988 show is at the end of, it's like the very last weekend in January. It's going to be all online.
Okay.
It's going to be a smaller batch of prints than the last one because I just didn't have time this year and this year sucked. So yeah, that's at the end of January. Check it out.
Cool. Looking forward to seeing that. And thank you so much for joining us, Nana. Really appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
And before we jump onto Florrie very quickly, was that the Hasbro Boba Fett helmet that you just had on, Andy?
Yeah. That's the one thing I've been doing this year. I've been buying so much Black Series stuff. It's ridiculous. I mean, bloody lightsabers, figures.
Well, I nearly bought that Boba Fett helmet, and I kind of managed to kind of justify not by Boba Fett being crap now, but it's still so cool.
No.
His dad bod and everything.
Let's not get started on how they've undermined everything with Boba Fett and Skywalker and all this, and how other people think it's good, and some people think it's good, some people think it's bad, some people like Last Jedi, some people hate the Last Jedi.
Watch the Bounty podcast. Matt explains all his thoughts on that. So check it out there. But the Bounty Pack, I'm sorry, the Mandalorian podcast. James, I want to hear, what are you looking forward to 21?
Me, more stuff like this. I mean, as kind of is evidenced on things like this, I love chatting and waffling and talking to folks and meeting folks. And I hope end of 2021, I don't think it'll be at the beginning of the year, but I hope by the end of the year, as New York and Thor Bubble roll around, we can do that. And I'm looking forward to just doing more new prints and just working and building the artists that we work with. There's some releases we've got planned. We're working with Bella Grace on a print that's releasing early next year. Bella's been amazing. She's got a phenomenal print. She's really on the kind of she's coming up as well. And there's just so many artists that we're starting to talk to and chat to. Yeah. And I'm really excited just to do more new artists and existing artists, and not forgetting you guys. But also more different titles as well. We've just got a whole suite of new titles that are kind of different, and I don't think have been done to death. And I hope to God people actually do want to firstly do posters for them, and secondly want to buy them. But yeah, I think 2021.
My about to go,
so thank you so much for joining us, Andy.
Thank you.
Cheers,
coming on,
Andy.
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 Bye.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Vice Press, we're moving into a new warehouse next year as well, which is going to be fun and stressful. We've kind of moved into a new office this year with the idea of that being our office for the next 5 years. And after less than a month, we thought, shit, we need a bigger office.
Okay. That's a good sign, though. I mean, that's growth.
It's to store all the silent running and Florrie posters that we have. So how about you, Florrie? What are you looking forward to?
And this is gonna sound like artist doesn't like his work, blah blah blah. But I think this year I've hit my stride. I think my work is much better. I think I've been practicing for 5 years and now I can actually make good posters. So I'm just excited to push forward and do more of that, like in this vein of this Jaws and the Turtles and the bits and pieces that I've done this year. I just think they're way better and I can actually look at them without like just getting furious at myself. So if I can keep that up a bit and have good ideas, I'll be just make some stuff. That's about it. And yeah, I would like to go somewhere, but that's not going to happen. They're not going to let us out of here. And to be honest, we've got 0 cases for like 50 days or something like that. I don't want to go mingling with you lot just yet. So I don't think we'll get out next year, but the year after that, ooh, buddy, big party.
You are welcome.
We've been to Japan, bro. Okay, Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
I'm going everywhere. Even my wife's like, who says like, she's like, I'm not going to any of your nerd things. I'm not going anywhere. You go by yourself. She's like, when are we going to that London Comic Con? When are we going to this, that, and the other? Because she's just been stuck here. We've all just been stuck in this house. It's rough. But...
You'll have to come and stop up north with us guys for a bit as well. There's always a spare room here if you want one, man.
I've heard about the north. I don't know.
It's not that good.
Does that
Game of Thrones
invitation
got it right, really,
extend?
to be honest.
Like, is that invitation for everybody, or is it just for Flory?
Yeah, why not?
Just for me.
It's
Just
a
for
social
me.
house. We have a social house.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Sweet. Just bring some Jamesons and you're fine.
I would like to append my earlier answer as to what I'm looking forward to with one little addition. And I'm sorry to take up time, but
don't worry.
That thing about meeting up, like you guys have done it before, but I've been mates with a lot of you guys online for yonks, and we've chatted and all that, but we've never met in person. I cannot fucking wait for it's probably going to be Thought Bubble next year, please God, or something like that.
If it happens.
I cannot wait just to meet up in person and say how are you and have a pint. Like I've been chatting to Ferg for I don't know how many years on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Like imagine having a pint in real life. It'll be class. I
I'll
can't
be a
wait.
It's the funniest. It's the
Don't worry.
funniest
No,
thing.
I was about to say don't be disappointed. In me
Oh,
because,
come on.
He's
It's
funny.
the
I'm
funniest
only 3
thing
feet
for
tall.
that whole thing for me. It was like last year was my first anything when we did the show in New York, me and Matt and Jim, and I was like, right, this was like it was so good. It was like the best thing I've ever done. So I was like, right, every year I'm going one thing. Every year from now on, right, let's go.
Okay.
I'm
Can't go anywhere.
Yeah. We're running out of time, aren't we?
No, there's no time limit.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to go over to Matt.
What?
What are you looking forward to in
I got to
2021?
bounce soon.
I'm looking forward to having a rest. Maybe retiring.
Okay.
He's done it all.
Of all the Marvel movies that might finally come out and all the posters that they're going to...
There's 10 things next year, 10 MCU things. So we're going to be.
And my daughter's going to school next year, and I'm excited about that.
So I mean, it costs money, so
it's just going to be really cool.
Yeah.
What costs money?
Sending a daughter to school or not?
No, free.
No,
Alright.
not until secondary and
no.
college.
Just $1 million house and you're good to go.
Not
How
in
about you,
LA.
Tom?
For me,
School here. We bought a very expensive house in a very nice area with a very good school that's free.
Okay.
So the money is in the house.
Very
I
good.
went the other way. Shit area, shit house, really expensive school.
Yeah. We're 10 minutes away from the school.
Guys, someday I'm going to tell
amazing.
you a story about who lives over the back wall of my back garden. It's not.
Is it Trevor?
It's
Is he
worse
back
than
there?
Trevor.
Got him in the
It's like
shed.
Trevor multiplied by Wrong Turn 2, multiplied by Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
We're joking, by the way, Trevor. We really appreciate it. Kind of
Sorry.
Trevor runs.
Sorry, Trevor. You've become a meme. You've become a meme
Yeah.
purely on the back of your microphone.
Silent Trevor,
Post,
because
on
the
Trevor.
sound wasn't working.
The light boxes that you might have seen in our Instagram posts and things, and we've been working with Trevor. Trevor makes those. Trevor makes the light
Right.
boxes and does those and sells those.
Sorry, Trevor.
Very switched on with that kind of thing. Tom,
Yeah.
you've been kindly and very ably kind of pushing water uphill for the past 2 hours. So what are you looking forward to in 2021?
Definitely that my voice is going to sound normal in the next podcast. But yeah,
It only doesn't sound normal if you point out that's not how you normally talk.
I know, but people seen my podcast before. They know how I talk.
true.
So
No, they haven't.
I mean, yeah. Who knows? But people pointing it out. There were actually a couple of messages, like private messages. People asking me, "Hey, are you okay? Are you sick or something?" It's like
It does sound a bit that way.
Yeah.
It does.
But okay, I'm looking forward for obviously some more open channel podcasts in the next year, and definitely, or hopefully, getting out of the house and out of the country, and finally seeing all the guys I've been following and now hanging out with. at some convention, because I've never been to Thought Bubble. I've never been to Comic-Con because it's a long way. You know how that is.
Yeah, I've never been to Comic-Con.
So
I get invited to Comic-Con every year, and it just doesn't happen.
So mine and Nats,
because I'm not paying to go.
So when me and Natalie first got together,
people, yeah.
our very first holiday together was me going, "Oh, hey, why don't we go to San Diego? Oh yeah, that'd be a nice holiday.
Oh, that
there's
sounds like a nice place.
There's a Comic-Con on at the same time. Oh, is there? Yeah.
What are the chances of that?
I know. Yeah. So.
There you go.
That's why.
But yeah, I mean, I always have to look out, because like it depends on when the conventions are, because I can't take days off or anything, and like flying out to the States, for example, you should at least stay a little bit longer for the
They're
flight.
only good if you're behind the table and you can go in before it opens and just wander around and talk to people and stuff.
So there you go. Maybe
that's why.
Maybe I'll go with you guys next year.
Yeah, you can come and we'll get you a VIP.
You're all welcome to Ireland as well.
Perfect.
As long as you can drink and fight.
We're in England now. We're not allowed. Big walls going
when
up.
It's all over. When it's all over. Oh Jesus, yeah.
Brexit is putting a wall up, mate.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, you went and fucked it.
Stupid Brexit.
Sorry, lads. Sorry, lads.
Definitely went and fucked it.
You're after screwing the pooch there.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, before we're gonna say anything worse than screwing more pooches here, I'm gonna send us off here. Thank you everybody for coming out to this wonderful show. Thank you for all the artists and Vice Press friends that have come on and talked to us and had just a plenty good time tonight. And we will see you in the next year with some different artists, because I think Bella Grace has a show come up in January, right, James?
And yeah, we're hoping with just Bella, yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping to do the first one back will probably be with Bella, if she's still up for coming on after she's watched this. And then we hope to have all of you guys back for your next releases. We
we're going to do that. Try and do a video
yeah,
podcast for a release sort of thing.
Exactly. So you better check us out, follow us, so you will be in the know when anything happens. But yeah,
they won't be 2.5 hours long though. I can tell you that much.
They won't be. It's a special. We just had fun. It was all good. Flory, happy birthday to your kid, and yeah,
thanks, man.
Seeing you guys off.
All I can hear is him out there like, "Where's my stuff, bro?"
Go get
and give him his presents for
go get him.
Just go, man.
Happy holidays, everybody, and happy New Year. Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. Bye.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.